Sponsored by Transitions Empowerment.
Welcome to another episode of Ballin VA. We got a special guest, as always, but this time repping the 804. Not only the 804, bro, but the Tri-City area, aka P-Town, Petersburg, Virginia. Coming
Yes,
out of
sir.
that hometown, home of the Wave, the Petersburg Wave. He's a native of Petersburg, Virginia, with the Petersburg Highway. He was a McDonald's All American Nominee, first team All-State, made it to the state championship game. He went on a high point. He went into Western Nebraska Community College. He went to HU, the real HU, as some people say, Hampton University down 64.
Yes.
He was the defensive player of the year. He led his team in scoring. He led his team in block shots.
Yes, sir.
He's currently putting in work overseas. We're going to talk about all that, man. He went to one of the prestigious high schools in the area where they produced like the likes of Moses Malone, Kenny Harris, Frank Mason, Marco Harrison. Man, listen, bro, we got
Mark
a very
West.
special guest, man. Got to make sure we get it straight. Mr. Du'Vaughn Maxwell, man. They call him Mad Max. They call him Doovie, man. Listen, man, we appreciate
The King and Martin, the Dunker.
Appreciate y'all for having me, man. Big time.
Oh yeah, definitely the King of Martin. They called him Mad Max at HU. We're gonna get to that later, man. But look, man, where did it all start for you? I know it started in Petersburg, but in terms of when did basketball become a part of your life, and when did you feel like, you know what, basketball could take me somewhere?
A lot of people don't know this. I'm actually from Manhattan, New York, the Lower East Side. I was born and raised in Manhattan, New York. It's another story. Ventured out to Chester, Virginia. Went from Chester, Virginia, Hopewell, Virginia, and ended up in Petersburg, Virginia. But my life didn't start clicking in this basketball world until I touched down in Petersburg. My older brother, Du'Vaughn Maxwell, he was like the superstar of the family. He was the basketball player. He was the gifted one. You know, I was just behind him. I wasn't taking basketball serious. I was in Hopewell my freshman year. Before my freshman year, that summer, going into being a freshman in high school, I grew 6 inches. And then I was lucky enough to be blessed with a coach that saw potential in me. And he was just like, get in the gym. We going Sunday. And I'm like, I'm not gonna be in the gym like this. Like, you know, and that's where it started, where it's like, oh, I can actually be something. And I think that was, it was actually being, like, I saw it myself eventually when it's like, I started playing with the older competition. But I think it was the doubters that really clicked in for me. Like, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, you're not about to play varsity as a freshman. You're not about that. I said, no, I'm not. I'm gonna start as a freshman, you know?
I like it. I like that swag, like, baby.
I'm going against the grain, and I'm going, you know, saying make a career out of this, you know? I knew it would be something special, but it's as special as it's been. I can't say I saw it coming, but I knew something good would happen.
Hey, so you said you grew up in New York. You know, it's just, you know, a who's who of basketball coming from that area, man. We all know what New York can provide. So when you came down to Virginia, did you feel like, you know, because it was kind of like a lot of people, man, they come to Virginia. Not a lot of people are from Virginia. So did you feel like you had to kind of like start over, you had to meet new friends, you had to establish yourself in ball as well, right?
It was late 90s. And that's when everybody from New York was shooting down to Virginia.
Yeah, for sure.
So luckily I had a lot of friends in Hopewell that was from New York and just doing the same transition to Virginia. And we stuck together. And we still friends to this day. Like, we were still stuck in the New York state of mind of basketball. Like, man, we the best. We the best. We gonna handle the rock. We gonna show them how to play basketball, you know. So, you know, that was like the demeanor coming in. My brother was like crazy with the handles. Like, he was like the guy that everybody watched dribble, like, damn, how you do that? Damn, how you do that? How you do that? You know, and I was just mocking. I never was good at that age. I never was good. I would just mock. I never got in the game or nothing. I scored 1 basket the whole season in rec league playing with my brother. So it's like, I just to watch. It's like, man, when it's my turn, I'm gonna be just like that. I want everybody looking at me in the same way.
What was the transition? I mean, was your family like in the military or something, or they just decided to, like, you know, come further down south maybe because of lifestyle change or something like that? What was the reason?
The best way to put it, for the safety and everything, my family, like, we from the trenches, we from the projects. We was raised in the Lower East Side, Baruch houses, and you know, you got to make family-based decisions. That's why I'm big on that for my family. Like, we'll live this life living here. We get a second chance or change things going here. And moving out of New York was like the best thing to happen for a family with 5 boys. You know, it was 5 boys, so it was like, man, we got to get out of New York. It saved our lives in many ways. It's a very different environment. You know, can't say dangerous, can't say this and that, because it's natural to many people. I don't want to offend nobody or make it sound like I'm better than nobody, but it was just us getting up out of the trenches and coming to Virginia to get a fresh start.
Okay. How many brothers you got? I know you got, I remember, I didn't know you had an older brother. I remember Edmund that played with you. Yeah. It was just like y'all 3?
Yeah, I got one younger brother, Edmund. That's my twin. I call him my twin. I got 3 older brothers after him. I got 3 older brothers. They old as hell. I hope when they see this. But yeah, so I'm like the second youngest. So yeah, I'm the guy that didn't get to play the video games. Always had to wait my turn.
Yeah, to wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
So look, man, you transitioned over to Petersburg. Did you know the history of Petersburg with Moses, Kenny Harris? You know, just the whole dynamic of what Petersburg provided for the landscape of Virginia basketball, man. Were you aware of that, or you're just young and just trying to go in there and make your own mark?
Coming in, no. I met Tatrell White. Yeah. I met Tatrell White. I met Luther Scott and Coach D. And these guys accepted me for who I was. I was a troubled kid. It's no secret. And they were just like, man, we love you how you are. We don't want to change you. We just want to tweak some things and show you that it's different ways to channel this and channel that. And you can still be yourself. Use that same energy, but direct it this way. You know, they wasn't trying to say, oh, no, we don't understand. He said, not only have I seen people like you, I was like you, my friends like you, my family's like you. We can help you, you know, and change your life, you know. And from there, it was just like, when I came to Petersburg, it felt at home. Like, it felt at home. Like, you know, you got to come into the doors and fit in. And, you know, normally wherever you go, I suffer with that, changing teams every year overseas. When I went to Petersburg, I knew it was different because all the things I was seeing myself, I saw in my teammates, I saw in my peers. So it's like, day one, hey man, we brothers, we family. Like, we, to this day, like, we call each other brothers or cousins. Like, it ain't even, I don't refer to them as, we family. Like, we'll forever be family. Like, it don't matter what stage or how we meet up, like, we family. Like, it's always been a brotherhood.
You know, with Ty White, and this is the Ty White from Team Loaded, correct?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, man. You know, you added to the list with all the players that he's been, you know, developed and stuff like that, man. And it's I heard he's just an all right guy, man. Every time I talk to somebody, I always talk about how great of a guy that he is. Because I never met him personally, but they just say he's just like, man, like, you always see people glowing when they talk about him. Mm-hmm. You know, you had that same experience?
You can't say nothing bad about Ty White. You can't say nothing bad Ty White. Like, he's a father figure to me. Like, what he did for me, and just forget what he did for me. The way he is as a person, it's just like, as a young kid, as a young boy, like, you admire him instantly. Like, you really live like this. You really do things like that. You really want to help. You really just like always helping him, this and that. He got his rules, principles, and standards, which always will be respected at all times. But you do things his way, man, everything can turn out all right. Everything can turn out all right.
That's dope, man.
That's dope, man, because, you know, he's still doing it, man, over at JM, John Marshall, man. He putting kids at the next level. I mean, and he's, to this day, still, you know, providing that father figure for a lot of these guys that you just talked about, man. So that's huge. And like Larry said, I never met him either, but I just hear stories about how much of a impact he's had on a lot of people, man. That's dope that he's still doing that, and he provide that for you too, man.
Definitely.
And big in the community, man.
Yes,
Real
sir.
Big in the community.
Definitely.
So look, man, I mentioned you were first team All-State. You were McDonald's All American Nominee, man. You were just a highly regarded recruit, man. But before we get past high school, we got to talk about that senior year, that run, man. You're 30-1. You're losing the championship game. But what was that senior year like, man? After you establish yourself in Virginia, you start making a name for yourself, and you get to that senior year where y'all go all the way to the championship. And was it who was the coach? Who was your head coach at that time?
Coach Lawson.
Coach Lawson. Okay, yes, right. Coach Lawson was still there. So just talk about that senior year run, man.
First of all, I would talk about the year before. On the strength of we was OD talented. Like, we had a college. We would have beat, like, and this, a lot of people say a lot of bullshit
Yeah,
about basketball.
We heard that. We heard that too.
College teams that year.
Man.
We would beat college teams that year. A lot of teams. We had. I'm not about to get. I don't do the political thing as far as calling people.
No, go. Yeah, we keep this show from keeping strong, man. Go into hell with the politics.
We called and talked to a lot of prep school teams, and the answer was no. And we was highly regarded in the newspaper. ESPN picked us up. A public school. We was top 10, top 25, but I think we was in the top 10. It's on Google. I'm not sure, but for a public school, that's crazy. Everybody else is this prep, that prep, that prep, that prep.
Right.
And we were just OD talented. When I tell you our practices was like, my practices now at certain professional teams wasn't as intense. They wasn't as hard.
Yeah.
Our bench, forget our starting five, our bench could have started on any team in the state. And they can't even name people on our bench like that. Like I'm talking about our whole entire bench could have started any given team in the state of Virginia, So just playing with that type of talent, to competing like that. And when you come to practice, you bring in your best, because Wake Forest is here today. Man, Clemson coming tomorrow. These guys getting out of here. So you could come live off Chris Evans and Cedarian Reigns limelight and get you something going for yourself. And much respect to that team, to my older brothers. Dot, to Crisco, to Chris Moore. But we was talent. My senior year was my first team. Like, this is my team. If I go left, we going left. I go right, we going right. And they had my mentality, and we was all dogs. I didn't have to knock on the door, wake nobody up. I didn't have to, I spent more time taming them than I did myself or anything else. Like the young guys was just as crazy as me, So you wake up, it's like, man, I know for sure every loose ball, we gonna get it. I know for sure anything happen, my teammate got my back. So that comfortability, not saying that we didn't have it the year before, but this, my senior year, it was on 100. I guess you take the identity of your leaders, and our leaders before, very, very talented basketball guys, but they weren't big social guys, They would go with the flow, just do the right thing type of guys. And that's good. I'm not knocking it off, but it's a different type of atmosphere. And I think that spiraled down onto everybody, big things like, Quinn Spain, that's in the NFL, he had the first 30-point game. And
really?
Yeah, he had the first 30-point game my senior year, because we argued about that. He said, he came to practice, but he was like, it was everybody knew it was my team, so it was like I'm the big dog as far as basketball stuff go. He said, yeah, watch how you talk to me, because I'm Mr. 30 ball. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right. And I think it was like 2 weeks later, I dropped my 30 points. I was like, all right, now I'm Mr. 30, back and forth like that. But we was
y'all challenged each other, man. Made y'all better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We was like, but the year before, the same team that we took to the state champions was a team that was I got kicked out of the start lineup my junior year. So I was with the second squad. We would whoop their ass every day. Like even if they was like killing us, then we gonna fight. We fighting it. Y'all up 10 points. All right, hey, do this. Hey, do this. We're not losing. We gonna fight or we gonna win. Like that's and that's the attitude that we carried from being the underdogs, the second team, to being the big dogs now.
Man, you got to name some of them guys. I remember Dre'Jon Scott, Tyree, Kevin Green.
Yeah. Man,
listen. Boy, coming to the Siegel Center to see y'all, man, oh my God. Man, I can't even get it out, man. Because y'all was loaded, man.
Yeah.
You guys was loaded.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, I think y'all had like a 4-year span, man. Like I said, when you got there, I mean, like I said, y'all ended up getting Chris Evans and oh my God. I can imagine what y'all practice was like, man, because just seeing y'all the layup lines and stuff like that, man, God, I can't even get off my question, man. I just know how it was for me and my son coming up there watching you guys, Kay, and your energy, man, when you came into the game, because you were 6-man, right?
Yeah, 6-man.
Yeah, when you came into the game, man, your energy, man, was just unmatched, man. You came in there, man, you just like them dunks and stuff like that. I can imagine how it was in practice, man.
Yeah.
And and that team needed that, because you're right. Dot was the big guy. He was quiet.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Chris Evans came in, so I guess him transferring from Deep Creek, I guess him getting adjusted and stuff like that. You coming from Hopewell, like I said, man, just kind of elaborate on more of those guys, man, in practice.
Oh, Man, Dre'Jon Scott was very, very, very special. Like, you know, I don't do the comparison thing, but
right.
You know how Curry is when you see Curry line up at 3-point line. We walk the other way, we celebrate, we dancing. That was Dre'Jon Scott for us. Like, he was a sniper. He's taking care of everything. Like, we give him, man, made 11 threes straight in that one home game. That whole game we dancing, but the crowd is surprised. Like, we see this every day. Chris Evans, like, just amazing talent. Like, it's nothing he can't do. And he's 6'8", you know? Like, he's playing the 3 because we have a special team. But anywhere else, you know, I mean, he played the 4, but anywhere else you're playing the 3 too. Like, you could dribble, put the ball on the floor. Once he gets his 1-2 step and do whatever he want, that was very solid. And everything in the paint, like, he owned it. Slim back then, not now. Big as hell now, but slim. Have everything in the paint, block shots, dunk everything, you know. And I think one of the key parts was our general, Chris Moore, as they call him, the general. You know, he wasn't the scoring guard. He wasn't Coop as the years before as Petersburg used to, but he was a dog. Like, he was, I'm gonna run my team and strap up on defense. What he did to Jontel Evans in the beach when we went all the way out to the beach was like how he earned his badge. Like, hey, from this day forth, like, you got the utmost respect for him. Like, Jontel Evans is the cream of the crop right now.
Yes, sir.
4 points. He held him to 4 points. And coming out there, everybody was talking. Chris ain't talking. He said, yeah, don't worry about it. Watch this. After the games, like I told y'all, you know, and that was one of the toughest games. Tyree Desmond, he's just a do-it-all guy, big on defense, but does everything, very athletic. Honestly, man, if I could ever say anything about the team that was like weird or didn't, I just don't understand how he didn't go to D1. That was so strange to me.
Yeah, man. He reminded me of Dennis Schroeder. That's who he reminded me of.
Yeah.
Because he did a little bit of everything, man. He ran it. He just was just that utility guy, man, that just did. And he'll come down, man. He'll know his role. And then you get Dre'Jon Scott come down on the break and you get into him, everybody roll up. Whoa, you know, everybody, the whole gym gets light up when he shoots the ball. Yeah. That was to get so hyped, man, watching y'all, dog.
Don't nobody know this because I told you I was gonna get y'all the jewels because I just never talked about it. I'm not one of them guys that say about what I do for people, did for people. But one of the things I try to do for Black Tacos, we was so cool. Like, man, we going to class together, we working out together, we skipping school together, we doing everything together my senior year. We was like this. And I just didn't like how everybody was coming to talk to me and he ain't had no offers on the table. My mom was made to go to JMU. Me and my girl got accepted to JMU. My girl at the time got accepted to JMU. I'm going to JMU. Okay. Everybody loved JMU. I did my SATs. Everything was good. I said, yeah, I'm gonna commit to JMU. But as we go down to the end of the pack, he don't got no D1 offer. He got D2s. But I'm like, man, cuz, like, yeah, I call him cuz, like, man, you just as talented, if not better than me. You should have the whole MEAC calling you just like they calling me. So I held out on my recruits and I took Ty with me on my visits. You know what I'm saying? Not even on the strength of like, hey, man, I'm going to High Point. Come be to High Point. You're going to see this whole thing, you know what I'm saying? When we hoop, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we can hoop together. Like, I want them to see. So I waited out until after to try to commit and stuff, but it just didn't pan out. I was like, man, I could never understand. Like, I don't see how they missing out on this talent. Like, he was always very special, man. Always.
That's love, man. See, these are the stuff that we don't hear about, man, because everybody talked about how aggressive you were. To me, you played with a controllable rage. And I just love that shit, man. And for you, and that's all you heard about, man. You know, like, man, Du'Vaughn, man, he kind of a hothead, man. But this is the stuff that people don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm talking about. And this is why we wanted to bring you on here so you can get this stuff out, man. Because I didn't even know you guys. Just looking at you guys on the court, would never know you guys hung out together.
No, we hung out all the time. Like the time, if we got a later practice, the time between. We together 24/7, like all the time. Like we hung together all the time. Even weekends, anything like that, we was always together, you know. And I don't know, like now I'm 29 years old, you know. It's like, you know, but a lot of people, what they don't understand is like where I come from, a lot of people don't make it, you know. And it'll take a documentary or actual film for you to go and see what I come from, you know. So it's not an easy transition to being in the trenches, then waking up one day, meeting with the mayor of Tokyo. Like, it's not that easy of a transition. Of course, you have to learn to mature, especially when you have you know, your daughters or your nephews and the younger kids looking up to you, asking you, what can you do? You transition where it's not easy. You know, I struggle with it. I still struggle with it now in the sense of not with me personally, but me trying to relate to family members or people are giving them light and hope in the sense of like, you don't have to live this way or be this way, you know, like it's certain different type of things, but it's tough to relate to people that never seen it before, if that makes sense, you know. You have to give somebody something to work with, something to work with. So for me, basketball, that was my outlet, you know. Like that's my safe haven, you know. Ain't nothing dangerous happening on the court because the stuff I seen before was more dangerous. Like this is now where the chances that stuff that you've seen or been through, you can't do nothing about. This is how you release everything, you know. And I just remember a lot of times leaving practice being like feeling better, you know. It's like therapeutic. Like, man, damn, I can't wait for tomorrow. You know, I can't wait for the game. I can't wait for this and that, you know. So it's therapeutic for me. And you know, a lot of people said that, you know, when they meet me off the court, it's like, damn, man, I would have thought you was an asshole just like you on the court. Like, oh, man, like, no, this is real. This is the real world now. Like, this is the real world.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
Especially back then, I would say that, especially in high school, like, I wasn't very talented, you know, just being honest. I developed my skills as late in college, you know, when I really started working on skills. Like, I was just a dog, you know, I was just a dog, just a very high motor and a lot of energy. And what I realized that a lot of guys, like, man, I can survive. I just punk them. Like, I could just punk them. Like, play very physical, play hard, get that first hard foul, get that first dunk. Like, just be a dog, you know. And a lot of guys will back down. So after the first quarter or so, you know, even the best guys in the state, like everybody you see me lined up with, matched up with, always outwork them, always produce more than them, you know. And one guy I wouldn't even say he got the best of me in the championship game because they won the championship, you know. But that's the only time that you know it went I guess against the grain, you know. But 30-1 and only lost 2 games at Petersburg, so it's not it's not a bad record.
It's not bad.
No, but we gonna dig into that. But Whoop, you go ahead, man. We definitely gonna get into that, all into that. We gonna get into depth into that
for sure. We've been talking about this for a long time, off camera and on camera. But man, I just wanted to just piggyback on what you said about. You said you weren't talented, but you were a dog. But you know that's a talent, bro. That like there's a need for that. There's a need for that dog, and you know that because you're still playing. But a lot of people don't understand. Like somebody's gonna hustle and be that guy. They're like everybody needs a guy like that. You know what I'm saying? So like that's you know, and like you said too, a lot of people it just it takes them a little longer to develop. But while you're on the court, like you said, man, you just being a dog, do what you got to do to stay on the court, man. Do whatever you got to do, man.
Yeah.
But and another thing too, let me say this before Larry answers his question. But the fact that you helped your teammate out, like, that's huge, bro. That's huge because like
I can't say that enough.
You see a lot of guys on rosters, man. All the teams coming for them, and they just looking out for themselves. And you know, again, that's their prerogative. That's what they need to do. They trying to get to the next level. But what people don't understand is that player like you can only go to one school, man. All the other schools looking at you. So if you balling and you trying to do what you got to do, to be like, hey, man, Maxwell ain't coming here. But what about that? What about his man? We can try to get him.
Thank you. And
for you to help your boy out like that, man. And for you not to really tell anybody that and tell it right here on this show, man. We appreciate you for breaking that down, bro. Like that's huge, bro. I would say
I missed because they never really pulled in and picked them up, you know. But I think I did the best I could as far as like. And I wouldn't even take credit for it because if you meet, we call him cuz. I call him cuz. They call him Black Tie. You meet Black Tie, man. You like he's the funniest man in the world. First and foremost, he's a clown. Like he is funny as hell.
Yeah.
But he's like one of them genuine dudes. Like, man, hey, you ever got a problem or need anything? I got you, bro. Because you're just a solid dude. Like he's very, very, very solid. You know. So I was like, man, like I don't understand. Like it don't make sense to me. Like you got to go somewhere. Like everybody else is pretty much done. You know, Tootie knew. But you know, hey, I'm going to West Virginia. I'm already All American. I'm going to the NFL. I'm good. You know, I had pretty much all of the low majors I could think of, you know, and it's like, man, I got a couple mid majors. Like, you got to get somewhere, bro. Like, somewhere. Because back then my mindset was D2 can't get you to the league. And I'm like, man, you got professional talent, bro. So
Right.
And you the type of guy, man, you a rider, bro.
Yeah,
see, I got this shirt on the Beast. This Beast shirt is for you, bro.
Appreciate it.
I try to represent my guests, man.
Yeah,
and Wooby and I, we do that stuff, man. And I couldn't think of nothing. And this is fitting for you because that right there, man, That's the type of shit that I want to hear. This man right here gonna sacrifice himself to look out for his teammate.
Yes, sir.
Come on, bro. You can't make this shit up.
You can't, bro.
And especially, I get so passionate about it,
especially at a young age too, dog. He was in high school, dog. It ain't like he was in college or pro. Like he was in high school trying to help his man out, man. That's huge, bro. That's huge.
Yeah, man. Shit, man. Fuck that. I'm like, man, you don't hear about that shit, man. I'm like, you hear about all this other fuck shit, but you on point. Like I say, I knew a reason why I fucked with you. Straight up, man.
And I can say it's I don't want to leave that out either. I can say it's 360. It was like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know that because I'm having this interview telling y'all, but it was just a family. And you know, that opened the doors. I had a lot of offers around that time too. You know, so it's like shit, I'm gonna do the same thing for him. Like, this is my guy. You know, this ain't my brother, but this is my guy, you know. So
man, that's dope, man.
Hey man, let's talk about that game, dog. The guy you were referring to, I think, was Dorian Finney-Smith, who ended up. Yep. He now he's playing for the Dallas Mavericks. But well, you fouled out, right? Or you got hurt? What was the deal?
He got hurt.
You got hurt in that last possession, right?
I watched that game for the first time 2 years ago when I was in Israel.
What?
I finally built up the courage to watch that game for the first time in Israel. I could tell you, before I watched the game, I remember what happened. I was being me, doing me. We had a layup, whatever like that. I turned around. I got elbowed in my nose. That's what people don't know. So when I got hit, we on the biggest stage. Why not looking at the best player on the floor?
Yes.
Everything in general. My nose is bleeding. This whole game should stop right now. It should be a technical foul. It should be something. Okay, cool. Let's move forward. The trainer lost his shit. He lost his shit.
They were scrambling.
They trying to stop my blood. Coach Lawson called a timeout. I'm on a lifetime high right now. My blood not gonna stop running right now. I got adrenaline that was built up since I was a little kid going right now. My nose not gonna stop in instance like that. We lose the league. We lose the league, you know, and that was the whole thing with the nose thing. Is like it was an elbow on the out of bounds, like it was just a bucket. Score, they taking it out. Then I turn around, bam, and I'm like, damn, like I remember it vividly how it happened. I remember the whole game, but it's like, damn, like that's crazy. That life, you know, that's just life. It just happened like that. Nobody says nothing about it. Like no tech, no nothing, and no stopping of the game. He called it timeout. It's the best we could do, but the trainer was panicking. Coach Miles, wrestling coach. Which is my guy, loving to death. He's a very good guy. He's always talking to me, good guy. He was the one that came out to the crowd and told the trainer what to do. As far as it's not gonna stop. You're not about to wipe the nose and this and that, man. You got to plug some up the nose and let him thug it out. And that's what we did. I just plugged it up as good as we can so it won't leak out. And I just went back out there. It was still bleeding during the game. I don't think it stopped until like a little bit after I checked back in.
Man, that was the longest time. Let me tell you something. And Woob, I'm gonna let you get in here. We went to this game. Me and my son went to this game. And that game, of course, you know, when 757 and Petersburg get together, you know you can't get in the game.
Nah.
Me and my son got to that game at 4:30. We waited in that line. Yes, we had our tickets already. We got to the line. And it was this white guy from 757. He was by himself. Me and Malik go up. We was the next ones in. They was just letting people in like one by one. It was like every 20, 30 minutes. The white guy started talking to me. He said, man, you can start. I think Lake Taylor and Princess Anne Girls was playing.
Oh, okay.
We was in there. We were standing outside. And the man was like, man, I hope I get in here. Man, I drove all the way from Virginia Beach. I was like, what? And I was like, he said, man, they letting people in. So the lady come over there was like, we're going to let, you know, one of y'all in right now because we can't let nobody in. And I'm like, it's me and my son. We next up. He said, well, only one of y'all can come in. So I turned around, look at the white guy. I said, look, man, they're going to show the game on TV. I said, Malik, we're going to have to run home and go look at the game. I told the white guy to go in. He said, man, you sure? I said, man, you drove all the way up here. At least I can go home and watch TV.
Right.
Man, we watched that game and get to that point that you talk about. You was on that bench. Your arms was back like this. And they kept trying to stop your nosebleed because y'all was up.
Yeah.
And like I said, y'all pretty much was winning the game the entire time.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting up here like, yo, when you went out the game, it was like, because Big Spain, he was tired.
Yeah.
Like, and I sit up here like, yo, get this man back in the game. And when y'all lost that league, man, the whole momentum just went away. And I was goddamn beating this. Oh my God, man. I was so goddamn pissed. Because I'm gonna tell you right there, that was y'all championship, man. Yeah. That crucial minute or 2 minutes you was out that game, that was key. And that's how they came back and won that game. Because you was in there. They couldn't. I'm telling it. I don't give a damn if Dorian Finney-Smith hit me. No disrespect to none of the boys there in Norcom. They could not fuck with you that night.
Nah, they couldn't.
You was goddamn stealing the ball. You was dunking. When you talk about some Danny Manning 88 carrying your
that's
team,
what you remind me of.
That
shit, that's what you remind me of. Yeah.
Dude, you did every goddamn thing you could to help your team win. And for y'all to lose like that, man, that shit still fuck with me. And I ain't even on the goddamn team.
Yep.
And I'll say this, and I don't never speak negative about nobody with Jerry West on their chest, because that's the ultimate goal in this game, you know.
That's right.
And I pay homage and respect to everybody I play with, you know. But Dodo, Andrew White, Ben J, you know.
Shout out to all those guys, man.
You know, shout out to all of them, you know, because my hat's off to them. Like, y'all, I don't care what happened prior to, but you made your moment. You know what I'm saying? You made your moment. But a lot of people, you know, when they get that tag, you know, people get confused and lost, and they're like, oh, well, he made some NBA. He always was great. Man, hey, I don't ever want it to be, you know, and I'm not one of them guys, like them barbershop talking guys, like, hey, back in my day, hey, man, we're going to be honest. Neither one of y'all never was fucking with me during that time. Like, it was, you know, things played out differently. I'm not in the NBA, but that shit was mine. Like, you know, of course, it went left with the whole player of the year thing and the robbery, this and that. But like,
man, don't get on that bullshit.
It wasn't, you know, just being 100% honest, like, it wasn't like, man, that was a good game. Like, every matchup I had, I won it, and I beat the living shit out of them. It wasn't like no close thing. Like, every time we left, other than the championship game, man, they did it to me. They did it to me. They took my heart. But you could see after the game, like, hey, man, he didn't just lose a game. Like, his soul gone. Like, he couldn't compete. He couldn't last. And I also had a great team around me that also was going to help throw the punches with me. So I just never wanted to be confused. Like, oh, yeah, they go watch the Du'Vaughn Maxwell versus this and that. Was a great matchup. Hell no.
No, it won't.
Hell no.
No, it won't, because you destroyed Travis' ass on the goddamn Wave. You had 28-8, goddamn, in that semifinal game. We don't want to talk about that. And no disrespect to Travis. Shout out to Travis.
No disrespect to him. And then they gave him the player of the year, right?
They gave him my face.
And he gave him 28 too. Come on.
They asked me in the interview after our game, how you feel about the player of the year? It's like, man, that's the first time I realized what politics is. Like, that's not real. That's not true. Like, hey, yo, I'm playing this team. We have not lost a game. And we do the big dogs in our lineup. We play the people that we shouldn't have played. And we took care of business. We undefeated. My numbers don't lie. We're not playing Petersburg Christian Church, and I'm getting 50 points. We want the big dogs. How am I not the player of the year? That's crazy to me, you know? And you put everything on the table. It's like, okay, then you use the personal matchup. And is it really a conversation? But
man, it was some bullshit. Me and my son was up last night, 11 o'clock, talking about you at the kitchen table, man. I got my notes right here on the back of this piece of paper, man. and I'm telling you, man, because my son said, and I wish he'd come down here, his exact words were, Finney-Smith was probably the best skill player on the night, on that floor that night, but you was the more exciting finisher and player on the floor that night. That's exactly what he told me last night. And my son was 9 years old then.
To be honest with you, out of all the players I've seen in high school, it's only one player. And don't get me wrong, Finney-Smith is very talented. He always was. And now, when he was in high school, he on steroids now. Like, he on time.
Oh, yeah.
The things he's doing for the Mavericks is crazy.
Yes.
But there was only one player to make me say, wow, like, yo, he got it. Oh, man, we traveled to, y'all know Nick Barber. Where's Nick Barber from? Man.
He was a guard.
Nick Barber was a guard, but he went to school all the way out the way. Man, he went to, this kid, he went to Tech with Dot. Dang, I can't think of his name.
Let me look that up while you doing that, man.
Man,
point guard.
We played them my senior year. We went to their spot. It's
I'm gonna look at it. It's Nick B-A-R.
Nick Barber.
B-O-U-R. Yeah.
Yeah, because I played with him at High Point. Let me see what high school he went to. I should have had this prepared.
That's all right. No, we all good, man. It's your time, baby. God, what is it, man? I can't remember that joint, man. I remember him, man. I ain't saying Nicky. Yeah, we fact checking right now, y'all.
Fact checking, man. Don't even sweat. That's how we do. We gotta make sure the facts are right, though.
That's right. Yeah, we want to make sure, man. We ain't trying to
Danville. He
nobody
else. There's a kid from Danville.
Yep. He sure it is. He was point guard. He went to High Point. His father was 6'2". What school he went to? Yeah, Danville from Virginia. What school he went? I'm gonna look at it right here.
Probably went to
it just said Danville. What school he went to? High Point? GW. Yeah, George Washington, Danville.
Yeah, he probably went to GW or Patrick Henry.
I remember him, and I just can't pick up what school he went to because these schools will do what they want to do.
GW in Danville.
Yeah, George Washington, Danville.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you his name right now, man. I'm gonna tell you about this kid, man. Well, not kid. He's a kid during the time, grown man. Man, I can't find it, man.
Shout out to Nick Barber, man. You can see this joint on YouTube, bro.
Yes, sir. Come on, man.
Big shout out to Nick Barber, man. Hey, man, he was one of the people that showed me the ropes and how things should be when I came to High Point. Like, he was a hell of a leader, hell of a teammate, man. Hell of a leader, hell of a teammate, man. Like, he really showed me so much about, man, this how you treat the younger people. Like, shit gonna be like this. He delivered his weight, but he also took care of you, man. He always gonna be a big dog for me. I still keep in touch with him now. But the guy named is CJ Barksdale.
Yeah, okay. I remember him.
Man, listen, I couldn't do shit with CJ Barksdale. Hard contest, hand in the face, mid-range, awkward, pull up, whack, whack, whack. That's the first time I ever felt like, damn, like, hey, I might need some help. Like, this shit is a problem. We ended up pulling that game off, but other than CJ Barksdale, nobody came close to making me overuse and exert any extra effort or anything like that. But CJ Barksdale, when I played against him in high school, I was like, shit, man, he got it. Like, he got an answer, he got a combo and an answer for everything that you do. I was like, wow, he pretty good. He pretty good.
Wow, man.
Nobody was like and he also he wasn't talkative, but he also wasn't gonna punk him either.
Right.
He was not gonna punk him. I tried everything to get in his head, man. He just played his game, man. He played his game.
Yeah, I remember the name. From Danville.
He went to Techie in
Danville. Because those guys, if they came out around that time, they was on that championship team that played against Highland Springs, right?
Yep.
That lost to Highland Springs.
Yep. I think so.
He was that guard. Yeah.
Yeah. He was nice. He was nice.
Yeah,
so man, you're in your high school career, Du'Vaughn. So
robbery.
For sure it was. So like, you got some options, man. Like what was the recruiting process like for you, man? You said you took your man out on the recruiting visits, but name some of the schools that you were looking at, man, looking at you, and what was that recruiting process like going that senior year?
I was lost, man. I ain't have nobody to look up to, nobody to answer to. Like, I'm very I suffer from social anxiety, man. Like, I'm not the guy that's gonna hit you up first. It'd be awkward for me. I'd be sweating bullets. I don't even I just recently built up enough courage to do interviews and stuff like that to really talk to
Really?
Really?
I didn't want to reach out to Avis Wyatt. I didn't want to reach out to Reggie Williams.
I forgot about Big Avis, yep.
I didn't want to reach out to them guys and say, hey, I need help, bro. I don't know how to make this decision. I don't know how to do this. When it came to being a professional, that was around the time I started. I hit them up like, hey, big dog, tell me how to do this. Tell me how to do this. I don't know what you think about this team, what you think about that. But back then, I didn't do it. I didn't want to do it. I was so scared. It was a brand new process for me. I felt like I just didn't know what the hell to do. I met Coach Easley from High Point, and he was the closest to, man, hey, look, the closest to a Coach White I get. The only problem was he wasn't the head coach, and I had a lot to I had a lot to learn about that.
We always talk about that.
I had a lot to learn. And he wasn't the head coach, so it's like, damn, like if I got game or something like that, hey, you got to send the big dog to come get me. Like, you want me to come to your school? The big dog got to come see me. I want to get that same vibe with the big dog.
Exactly.
It don't matter how much I love the assistant coach and how much I respect him.
When I tell you,
pulling the strings when it's time to come.
Oh, yeah. How true is that, man? Like, when you're going through the recruiting process and you never see the head coach, like, how does that make you feel? And is it true that like you on your own, you get to campus when the head coach don't recruit you?
Man, I'm a project baby, man.
Good question.
Like I survive anywhere, so I don't care. Like that type of stuff really doesn't matter to me. Like I think at the end of the day, like don't forget. My motto was always don't forget what you're here for. I'm gonna bust my ass on that floor and give you everything I could give you to make it say, okay, well he struggles with this. We can work on that, but we ain't never got to question effort. We could put him at any position to do anything that we could do, and he'll figure it out. You know, and that's why I always hung my hat on. But I'm gonna tell y'all a story that really fucked with me. And I never told nobody other than my parents. And yeah, other than my parents, the reason why stuff started going left in High Point. We brought 6 freshmen in, 7, because man, I don't know if y'all watch EuroLeague and Euro Cup. John Brown that he just lost in the finals of Euro Cup. He was supposed to come in there with High Point with us, but he didn't come. We had 6 freshmen because he didn't come. He was supposed to 7 freshmen coming in. They was making jokes, Fab Five, this and that. Everybody left. Every freshman.
Wow.
Freshman left.
Wow.
I love Coach Easley. I remember him begging me, man, what I gotta do? You can't leave. You can't do this to me. Like, I ain't gonna say the details, but this is how blank, blank, blank. You're not leaving. Come into my apartment. Even all the coaches come into my apartment, this and that. Like, man, you gotta come play. I don't come from this environment. It's a turnoff when certain things happen, you know? It's an adjustment for me. I'm also a young man. I'm not a man yet. I'm a young man. I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna make mistakes. I should have stayed at High Point because it was a representation of what life will be like. Because I still deal with this on a professional level to this day. But I'm prepared because I've been dealing with this since then. Mike Bellotto, I don't know where he's at now. He was at Louisville after he went to High Point. He was assistant coach under Coach Cherry. And Coach Cherry flew out to my JUCO the year after. And was like, man, hey, pretty much sorry for how things played out. You know, if you want to come back to High Point, you know, we do like this. But I got fucked over bad at High Point, man. I came in there, I was Coach Easley recruit. I wasn't the coaches that was closer to the head coach. You know, I came in there killing shit, man. I came in there killing shit. Like, I was the little dog. I sat back, watched everybody. And I was up there with the big dogs, barking with the big dogs. We had a couple injuries that played out in my favor too. You know, God willing, and I ended up being a starter my freshman year, and nobody seen it coming. You know, even me, like the guys I was playing with, I had so much respect for. Mike Bellotto walks up to me one day in the crunch time. Like, this is when I'm peaking out. Like, I just had a 14 rebound game. At Coastal Carolina, I believe 14 rebound game in Coastal Carolina. It was like, hey, that's your niche. That's what you do. You grab every fucking rebound. That's what you do. He walked up to me randomly, and I can't sense this the way, you know, this is Du'Vaughn at 19 years old, 18, 19 years old. This is the dog. This is the asshole. Like, hey, yo, just saying peace with attitude, man. We're gonna work hard in here, and if it get too crazy, we're gonna fight in practice. Like, we're gonna do whatever it takes, but we're gonna get shit done in here. It ain't no excuses. We diving on the floor. And I ain't gonna say, but it's the college level. We start losing that intensity, that aggression. You know, people start dipping off in different avenues. And like, basketball isn't as serious to everybody. You know, everybody doesn't want to be professional. They use this too. But Mike Bellotto walked up to me, and I'm not his recruit. He said, "Hey, you're gonna leave my fucking school. You're gonna leave my fucking school. You're gonna get the fuck out of here. I promise you. I swear on everything I love, you're not gonna make it here." He looked me in my eyes and said that, and in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna smack the shit out of him. But I'm also I'm like, what you gonna do to me? Like, because you ain't put your hands on me. What the like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm killing for this team right now. Like, I'm playing behind. I'm not the best player on the team, but I'm the dog for the team. We got Nick Barber, Shay Shine, and everybody. Teron Cox. Shout out to them, man, my big brothers. But like, I'm the freshman starting on this team at the 5 too. I started at the 5, probably 100 pounds soaking wet. And like, what is this about? Like, what is this about? And but it took me years later to see why. You know what I'm saying? Like, to pan it out. He ended up being my academic coach. That was strike 1. Strike 2, he ended up being my academic coach. He goes to my teacher. I love Du'Vaughn. He's a great guy. He sits in the back of the class, never says nothing, gets all his work done on time. If he needs more time or something, he always communicates to me. That's all she said. He takes back to Coach Cherry. He doesn't want to sit in the front of the class. He's our rules to sit in front of the class. but I'm not very social with stuff like that. I don't want to sit in front of the class because the teacher's looking at me the whole time. I get nervous and stuff like that. You know, I just really don't like that. I'd rather sit in the back, she'll never call my name. I get all the work done, but my anxiety I'll be sweating in class. Especially, it might be a girl in here I like, man. Man, don't act so
That's right.
My social anxiety is that bad.
Yeah.
But if you tell somebody that doesn't suffer from it or doesn't deal with it, it sounds like an excuse, man. Man up and deal with it. I'm trying to be comfortable, bro. I got good grades. My grades was real good. I'm gonna sit in the back of the time and get all my work done. But it was their rules. Okay, I'm breaking the rule, quote unquote. But I never said that I won't sit in the front of the class, and I don't. But that's what he ran to him and said. So when he says that, my attitude and reaction is like, man, this is full of shit. Man, hell no, I ain't say that shit. I never said that shit. Oh, you're gonna tell me? I understand, because you should never be put in that position. Coach Cherry was like, you want to tell me my assistant's a liar? He wouldn't fucking come to me and say that shit. Man, you fucking lie. You know what? I quit. I said, I quit. I don't give a fuck about this shit. Like, I wouldn't lie about nothing like that. Like, I'm here. Like, this is a great moment in my life. I'm not, I'm living the best life, my best life ever at High Point. Man, I'm living my best life. And I'm like, man, I quit. I walked out the office, and he's like, no, you can't close the door on me. You can't fucking leave. You want to sit here and deal with this shit like a man. It's not, but to me, it wasn't a realistic situation. I never said that. I'm swearing to God on my grandma. I'm swearing to God on my family. I never said that. And he just would never believe me because his right-hand man, Mike Bellatos, told him it was true. He executed his plan. I went home. I went to my apartment. I said, I quit. The coaches came to see me for like 2 or 3 days after that, like talking to me. Had my girlfriend, my mom, and up there. It's like, no, man, come on, go back to the team. And that. Nope. This is what I stand. The young man was. This is what I stand for as a man. Like, I'm not doing it. It's not true. It ain't happened. The world against me. Fuck everybody. I'm not playing no more. What happened? What you gonna do about basketball? I'll figure it out, but I'm not playing here ever again. And I think I could have handled that situation better. Was I a victim? No, but it's just something that happens in this field of just being a professional and just workforce and just things when people just jealous. So I never sat down with this man and asked him the reason why, and following point on, I'm not going to say his name for the sense of he's a great guy, I love him to death, but even one of the freshmen, he seen me in the airport a year later, he had the High Point shorts off. He said, hey, take my fucking shorts off, You see, it's randomly, see him in the airport, just passing by me in the airport. I think he was on the way to the JUCO. He said, take my fucking shorts off. That's the kind of guy he was. And he won, everything that took place, man. I wish I was man enough to stay. I regret not going back to High Point, when I think about things. I don't regret because things played out for me, but that was just like the biggest wake-up call because I thought shit was peaches and cream. I'm going from Ty White and Coach Lawson to, hey, man, anything you need, your family good, you straight, I'm willing to help. Call me if you have any problems to, man, fuck you. Like, what? Like, what's going on?
Wow.
Sure.
And I never even told the assistants that. I never told Coach Easley the full story, And I know that changed the way people looked at stuff because, like, I look at things different. Like, how can I tell you that really happened? It's crazy. The head coach won't even believe me about the truth about what happened about the situation, but it never happened. I guess things played out and broke the team down because all the freshmen ended up leaving, and they just continued on. They ended up having success later, but Mike Bellato left after we left too. So I don't know. I never asked what happened, but I got the utmost respect for Coach Easley and Coach Cherry because he did not have to fly to Nebraska and come talk to me. Like he did not. He could have kept his pride, his ego, and said, "Man, things happen. It's business." But he apologized and told me I could come back, And I should have came back, man. Coach Cherry was a hell of a coach. I still live by one of the models he told me. He used to always say, "Man, do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you want to or not." And that's what I live by, So that's just one of the craziest things that happened with my whole, I'll say professional, because from that day forth, I was professional, man. I smelled the coffee, man.
Man, see, this is what we're talking about, man. These are the stories that, because it's almost like therapy. You know what I'm saying? That you're getting this out and able to talk to us and be comfortable with it.
It is.
And like I said, man, I'm glad that you were able to, to get past that point, man, because you stand on principle, man. You was like, man, I understand all that, man, but I can't deal with that shit. So
and a lot of it too is when you see the paper, or you look on the bottom of the screen, Maxwell leaves the team or he quit the team, but you actually telling the real story, what happened, that people can kind of understand. It's not because I even do. I'm a victim of that. I'm like, man, why you leave the team? Why you quit the team? I mean, when I see somebody on the bottom looking at that ticker or whatever, so quit or so trend. Man, what's wrong? Yep. And then you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But for you to break it down like that, man, to say your side of the story, bro, that's crazy, man.
Deal with that professionally, man. So what I say now, like, it's fucked up. It ain't right. It ain't cool. But you want to lead a team, you want to quit, you do this and that. How is that going to affect your family?
Right.
How can you afford to do this? This is the right thing, the smart thing to do. You're not going to do what you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, whether you want to or not. It's like that mindset when it happens, because the professional world is no different. I just had a taste of that coffee earlier. So when it happens now, I'm like backstepping, like, you don't know what I've been through. Like, that's like you can't imagine that at 18. Like, that's cool. I see that though. It's cool. That's good. But it's life,
I got a question. I got to go back to that high school game, man. I hate to do this to you, but I had these questions. I got 2 questions for you.
I think I know. Since you said it like that, I think I know. But go ahead.
17 missed free throws that night. That's what stick out to me.
And they lost by how much? 1?
1.
That would have been a blowout, bro. They made them, even they made a half of them, they would have took care of that business.
What was the locker room like after that game? And then you can go and tell me if that was the question not afterwards. But
no, it wasn't.
What was the question? What? How did y'all feel after that, man? What was your feeling? I know what I felt. Now I won't even know on there. But me and my boys was like 17 missed free throws.
We didn't feel like we got beat. We never felt like we got beat. We lost the game. We beat ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
They took advantage of an opportunity. The better team didn't win that night. So many things we shot ourselves in the foot so many times. But Coach White used to always say like how things will come back and bite you in your ass. And I think that was our time. That was our time, and it paid off for many of us. Just a big life lesson. A big life lesson. Them free throws killed. Even one of the things I took out of the championship, I tell myself this all the time. Never let nobody trick you out your position. So never sub yourself out the game. So as y'all was talking about how the things changed, I'm on the bench like this. Like I was subbed out the game. So I learned that as a life lesson. If I remove myself from this situation, I remove myself from this team, I remove myself from my family, what's gonna happen? They're gonna lose the championship. You can't afford to take yourself out the game no matter what. But we shot ourselves in the foot. That locker room was, imagine something crazy. Imagine getting caught cheating and losing your job the same day you going home to your wife to discuss things.
God damn.
That's a bad day, bro. That's a bad day.
It's not your bad day. It's you. You walking through that door and you let everybody down, But the best part about the moment, nobody pointed fingers.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. You could have pointed this, you could have pointed that, we could have pointed the free throws, we could have pointed somebody effort, we could have pointed defense, something like that. We cried together. It's gonna be all right, bro. It's gonna be all right. Man, don't sweat this. You're gonna be in the NBA. You're gonna be here. Man, we're gonna be good. Man, we're gonna be good. You just remember that. We're gonna be good. And there was a couple of, stop fucking crying. Like we had all chance to do this all year. We could have did that out there, ain't no arguing, but it was heartbreaking, man. That it was heartbreaking. I say for a lot of us, because our circumstances, where we come from, and especially at that age, that's all we had. That's all we had. That day didn't hurt that bad. I think it was the day after going back to the real world and not having basketball no more, And it's not because it's seasonal, it's because you lost the biggest game of your life, That was the hardest, and everybody treated us different after that too. So,
man, that day, I tell you, man, I used to go to them games, and it was me, my homeboy. We had 3 guys from 757, 2 guys from 703. And we said, well, we're going to get one. Petersburg going to get us one championship one way or another. We going to get one. 757, we know they was going to get one some way, shape, or form, whether it was the girls or somebody. This one right here, won't nobody going to ever tell me that y'all won't go win this game.
Yeah, it was it.
I used to go in the house, man. Me and my son used to play basketball through the house. And when we dunked the ball, we yelling their name. Du'Vaughn, Du'Vaughn, I Du'Vaughn you. You know what I'm saying? We used to always do that, man. And I just, man, I felt so sorry for y'all, man.
Yeah.
I just felt bad, man, because that's a terrible way to lose. Mm-hmm. And then my boy said, man, 17 missed free throws, man. He said, you can't make up for that. He said, Du'Vaughn had nothing to do with that. He said 17. That's the only name that says is 17.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
That's tough, man. And I always wanted to ask you that. Somebody from that team, but mainly you, because you was the leader of that team, man. And like I said, you was one of my favorite players that came out. And like I say, I'm just honored here to talk to you, man, today. But man. I had to ask you that. I had to ask you. What you thought was the question? Was that the question or was it something else?
I thought it would be something about coaching, honestly, because a lot of people, I think the only thing they say about championship game, when they talk about the championship game, I don't talk about it. I've never been comfortable enough to talk about it. I just say this and that, I'll talk about it amongst my teammates, that's in private because that's something that we wouldn't do together,
Right.
But we all got our own opinions. But before the game, somebody came up and, Coach Lawson knew how wild we were, good kids, just wild as shit, just kids, being kids. Mm-hmm. We do everything together. We go into the vending machine together. We this and that together. We going to see the girls together. Somebody came to us before the championship game, and Coach Lawson made us dress in the Blazers. I think he thought the Blazers would make us be different people,
Mm-hmm.
Superstition. Don't get me wrong. Like, we were good kids, But Coach Lawson was he was big on forget basketball, how are you as a person, stuff like that. Ty White too. Before the game, they come and hand us a letter. They said, if this is a close game, they're gonna hang Bill Lawson by his tie. He can't coach this and this and that. It's just crucifying his coaching.
They were.
I remember Duke Green grabbed the paper and ripped the shit up. And I'm thinking like, damn, bro, it's about to get ugly in here. Because I think that they think that these Blazers mean something. Then I remember the security coming and removing us from that section because after that letter, they would just say little comments like, we not the other kids that dressing these Blazers. Like, we responding back. Like, we gonna say something back. Y'all not about to punk us. Like, nah, we come this our gym. We come here to play this game. We not doing this. So they took us and removed us out of there. And everybody was always saying like, oh, about the coaching. Man, and in the defense of him, you know what I'm saying? That game may have nothing to do with coaching on so many levels. Like, we lost that. Lost that game. If anything, my little brother should have played in that game. He should have played in that game. But other than that wouldn't be the reason why we lost because he did not play. That would have helped a lot, But the way we lost, we deserved to lose, and that's a hard pill to swallow. But we deserved to lose that game.
That was maturity because my son said the same thing. He was like, because your brother was number 31. Mm-hmm. And I remember I said, man, he said, man, they should have put in his brother, man. Why they put in Doobie brother, man? And you're right. A lot of people, when I went down Petersburg to the Wawa and everything down there, people was killing Lawson. And that wasn't on Lawson. Mm-hmm. And the first thing I told him, I said, man, because it was, what's the dude named Booker? The dude used to work at Pepsi. And we used to go down there. I was like, man, 17 free throws. That's all we kept talking about in Walmart and Wawa and Fort Lee. 17. That's not coaching. Mm-hmm. You guys had that game. Y'all led the whole time. Mm-hmm. You went out for that minute, and they just capitalized, like you said. So shout out to Norco, man, and Finney Smith and all those boys, man. We're not taking away, man, but this is your time, and we just kicking with the facts words, man. But at the end of the day, they held that trophy up, man. And like I said, I appreciate you going into detail about that because I know it's tough, man.
Yeah.
Man, listen, man. Doobie still was first team All-State. He made his mark at Petersburg, but I gotta ask you this, bro.
What's up?
What in the world, dude, from Lower East Side? How you end up in Nebraska, bro? Like, how did you make it to Western Nebraska Community College, dude?
Man, shout out to Coach Blackwell. He was at Matoka my time in high school. He's at John Marshall right now with Coach White.
Coach Blackwell.
He would always call me with that old movie saying, he said, niggas in Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? But I always had my head stuck on, like I said, I talk about like where I come from. I always say like, if you could make it out of New York, you make it anywhere.
Absolutely.
Like Nebraska was a culture shock. It was crazy.
I'm
like,
sure,
it was
bro.
A big difference for me. Like, it was, man, it's different in New York when you see all that snow and you see all that snow out in Nebraska. And you hear about pigeons. It's when you hear about, hey, if you hear that alarm, that means one of the cougars came down from the mountain so we can't go outside. It's like,
oh my God, yeah.
Inside. Like, what? So I think that prepared me. I'm glad things happened at High Point because it prepared me to be a professional. Because at Western Nebraska, all we did was school basketball, lift weights. Our atmosphere and our culture was very, very, very professional. So that prepared me a lot. Like, I think Western Nebraska, it was like it was a chance to just be the man again, prove that I could, be that guy. And I think I took advantage of that opportunity too.
I read some articles, bro. Like they were really excited for you to come, man. Like they would really joke, that you were there and you did your thing and at the community college level. So
a lot of players with the name already don't go there because it's Western Nebraska.
Right.
But it's actually a great place, man. And I love that place. So they showed us a lot of love. I haven't been back since I left. We planned to, but now people got kids and this and that, so it's a tough thing to plan. So
I would say you're right. That deal will help you to transition from Nebraska to High Point because there's nothing down at High Point.
Yeah. But the High Point campus is the best in the world.
Yeah, man, it's nice.
In the world, like there's no school close to High Point. It's not a big campus, but everything you need as a student or student athlete, it's there on campus. You'll never want to leave. Like he'll probably call your family, like, hey, just come to High Point for the holidays. We just get a hotel, something like that. Like campus is the best campus ever.
Wow, man.
So look, man, you go from Nebraska and you play for Buck, man. Buck at HU, Buck Joyner, man. So like, what was Buck's pitch from you to go from Nebraska to Hampton?
It was less Buck and more so Coach King. I still got his email. We joke about that. It's like, yo, you couldn't send this email to me at 29. I wouldn't talk to you. Like, this is weird. Like, man, you come here to be like this, and that. But man, me and Coach Buck, like, man, I call him Coach Buck, man. That's Uncle Buck, man. Like, he was the Coach White. Hey, man, he'll even tell you if you talk to Coach Buck today, you're like, oh yeah, man, dude, man, that's my boy. Crazy motherfucker though, but that's my guy. Like he was another coach that said, hey, you gonna come here and just be yourself, be a dog. He said, man, you gotta let him go. Yeah, sometimes the coach be like, hey man, nah, let him go. Watch, let him go, let him play. But when he seen how I started taking basketball serious, like we got that early morning practice, that afternoon practice, and then I'm doing extra with the coach, and he is in the office leaving out, handling business. Like, damn, dude, we still in the gym? And I called him once the summer before my senior year. I was like, man, coach, I don't want to be in Petersburg this summer. It's getting crazy out here. I want to come stay up there and work out all summer. I had the green light to do whatever I want, just be a leader for this team, and he gave me the green light to just, have my own team and just do things my way, and it paid off very good because I learned how to, just be a team leader, be that guy to lead a team. And I never felt more comfortable playing for people like Coach White than playing for Coach Buck.
I mean,
dude, you had a solid career.
Yeah, he did. Larry was MEAC Defensive Player of the Year, led the conference in block shots, led the team in scoring. Come on, bro.
I mean, he was shot 50% from the field in college, man. I mean, come on, man. At a power forward position, he shot 50% in the field. His high point was 29 points against Delaware State. The senior year, you averaged 15 points a game. Shit.
Did your thing, bro. Did your thing. And look, and how you feel about that nickname they gave? What is it, Mad Max? You were dunking on everybody in college too at Hampton.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
My first big game, we played Howard. Everything that I just getting mad crazy putbacks off the rim. Like, because I was starting my junior year, but I wasn't the guy. We had a guy that had potential. He was in the NBA pre-draft conversation. Deron Powers, freshman point guard.
Okay, yeah.
Hell of a talent too. Fastest man, one of the fastest, if not the fastest player. His freshman year players I've ever seen. Boy, I was just dunking the shit out the ball. It came off the rim. I don't care how many people was holding on to me, dunking it. And I remember the last time, like it was damn near a flagrant foul. And I dunked on the dude. He's like, oh, damn near 7 feet. And I just laid on the floor screaming. And they took a picture of that. But I just remember the thrill because, man, that Howard and Hampton game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man, if you don't got tough skin, man, you can't even watch. You can't watch that game on TV, man. You can't even watch on TV. You got tough skin, but to play in that game and to hear the crowd and this and that, man. After that, you know, I came to class and everybody's talking about how crazy and this and that. You know, just talking about the game. It's like, yo, I think this Mad Max thing is kind of permanent now. So I'm in class sweating because I'm thinking we come in to have a regular day. I'm cooling, you know, and then the coach, not the coach, the teacher just talking about the game. Yeah, like if you see the way Maxwell dunked the ball, this and that, like, yo, I'm sweating bullets in class. I try to keep my head down. I'm like, yo, like, you know, but I
cool.
hats off the book because I think I looked at a nickname because he let me be myself. It was never a conversation like, calm down a little bit, this and that. Yeah. Oh, but if you're really a tough guy, you'll do this. If you're really a tough guy, you'll go grab all the rebounds. Okay, cool. And that's just how the relationship was.
That's dope. That's dope, man.
How you think your career overall, your 2 years at Hampton, how was that experience for you? I know you talked about the coach, but how was the overall experience for you?
It was great, man. It was great. It's two parts of my life where I just knew I would be something in this basketball world. I can't say about outside of life, like being a father, stuff like that, but in high school, I used to always have a girlfriend. So Black Ty used to call me lover boy. You know, two things I'm always changing. He's like, yo, you always gonna change your phone number and you always gonna change your girlfriend. I'm like, man, I'd rather keep a girlfriend because it's less stress. Like we could have, man, we playing for Petersburg right now. We can have any girl we want. But I want basketball just as much as I want these girls too. Like this is the focus of my life. So I keep one girl, I keep basketball. It's less stress, less to worry about. She ain't acting right or things ain't panning out. Give me another one. But I ain't about to be out here chasing this one, chasing that one, chasing that one, chasing that one. They gonna chase me. I know who I am. Like the way they talk to me and approach me is different. I'm good.
I love it.
At High Point, I took the same approach. Like I had a house out in the beach with a girl. I had a house two. My junior year was out in the beach, like near the water. And the second year was like on a Virginia Beach Boulevard. So I didn't even stay in Hampton. I was never on campus. Never on campus. I know, like if I'm on campus, man, they're gonna catch me. They're gonna get me. I'm gonna fall. I'm gonna fall. I was like, I can't fall, you know. I didn't do a lot of parties and stuff like that. I tried to stay focused and you know, obtain my goals. You know, I was like, man, I'm going to the NBA, so I'm gonna just go ahead and work out. But I come back to campus late night to work out, but I just try to stay focused, man. Like that was my main thing. Like that'll come later, you know. But I don't know. Like I don't regret that. Sometimes I say, man, what if I would have lived the party life in college? But that just wasn't who I am. That wasn't my thing.
I had another question. With all these athletes going to HBCUs now, man, how do you feel about that since you entered the HBCU? How do you feel about that, seeing these guys now, these top guys are considering HBCUs now?
That's a good question.
I love it because I think it'll bring more attention to the other guys. For them, so much so, I don't really care too much about, but the other guys, what I care about, because it's time that they wake up and say, man, listen, basketball is basketball. Don't ever give me the conversation about, well, he averaged double-double. It was the MEAC. He got triple-double. It was the MEAC. It wasn't the ACC. Basketball is basketball.
It's still balling.
Everybody is out there trying to get theirs, trying to feed their family, trying to dominate. Nobody's out there saying, hey, man, just go ahead and lay the ball. Go ahead. No, man, everybody's out there competing. Like, everybody wants it, you know. Respect basketball at all levels, you know. So to see these guys there, it changed the light, you know. So now they was about to go to the game. The agents and scouts was about to go to the game to watch Duke. And they watching Hampton versus Norfolk State. I love it. I love it.
Yep. That's true. And we talked about that before, man. Like, I guess the resurgence, like, you got the kid that went to Howard, the Maker kid, you got Deion Sanders coaching down at Jackson State, Eddie George. So hopefully the HBCUs, man, it will get that look that it just takes one dude to go. It takes one big time player to go there and change the whole culture. And after that, people will start coming, man. And like for you to experience that HBCU life, bro, especially at a school like Hampton, where we ain't even gonna get into that, but Hampton had the good looks, man. So,
Damn sure did.
Hampton had the good looks. Some things walking around that campus, bro.
You ain't gonna downplay that, man.
Hampton had some things walking around that campus.
I don't care where you going to. You can go, man, to Cab. You go anywhere in that campus facility.
Like, yes, Lord.
You can be like this.
For sure.
I've been to 3 schools. I've been to 3 schools, and we traveled and seen a lot of schools. Man, Hampton different. Hampton, they always say you go to
way different.
You go to Hampton to find your wife, man. Like,
that's right.
It's like
for
that,
man. For sure. It is, man. It's different, bro. Because you got people understand, man. You got people from like California, everywhere coming there, man. It ain't just like a state school, man. They come from all over the country.
Also, the school ain't cheap either. So the quality that's going there, you know, it's like the well-taught, well-raised.
That's a great point.
Don't think you're coming out there with just the easy flow, easy vibes. Like, you got to work for everything they got out there.
No, but for real, no.
Everything they come out there too.
That's a great point, though. That's a great point, man.
Man, that got to be a part of the curriculum, man. You got to look good to goddamn go to Hampton.
We used to always say, man, we used to always say they had to send a portfolio or a picture before they applied.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen. And it's tough out there. It's tough out there, man. It's like the atmosphere, because of the quality of the women. It's almost like, hey, yo, what you about to put on to go to the calf? Like, the calf? Like, the calf? Hey, yo, what you about to put on to go to the calf, bro? Like,
it's crazy. It's
crazy.
It's crazy.
Hampton was wild.
So look, man, you got 2 years under your belt at Hampton. You know, you finishing your college career. What's your mindset, my man? Like after Hampton, like you know, the draft's coming up and you working out, man. What you thinking about at that point?
I had a baby on the way, man. I lost it. I dropped the ball. I had to work out for the Boston Celtics G League team.
Damn.
Main Red Claws, the day my daughter was born. I remember getting on the phone with the coach, like, I'm sorry, coach, I was about to hit the highway because I was picking up my rental car at the time. I was about to hit the highway, but I just got the call, the baby about to come. Man, sure, man, I was very looking forward to you coming. I understand, just keep in contact, you know, keep in touch. It's all good on this end. We're gonna send you your money back, all that, you know. And after that, but before that, I missed the contract for $5,000 a month to go play in. Man, I don't want to say the wrong place. And for a rookie, that's a lot overseas. To go play in, man, it's a place where everybody go. I can't think. And I said no because I didn't want to miss the birth of my first child. You know,
yeah,
I was struggling a lot. You know, I had a lot of, was just going through a lot. You know, just want to be a good dad. Like I always knew, like, and it was always taught and always prepared. You know, Coach White, Coach Buck, you know, Coach Lawson. And I had great people above me that say, man, this basketball start bouncing one day. You know, and when it stopped bouncing, I know I'm gonna have to be a father. You know,
right.
So I was looking at life different. I missed that first year. I was going through a lot, you know, just trying to panicking, you know, without life. Like, man, like, do I got enough money? Like, how much do kids cost? Like, do I gotta hustle? Like, what do I do to be a good father? Like, I want to be a good father. I missed out on that first year. Had a lot of growing up to do. I sat that one out. Once my daughter got here, I don't regret it because being in that being in the hospital room did something to me. You know, it was a new motivation, a new spark, a new light. You know, and missing that first year, it hurt me a lot too because my offers after that, the price went down. You know, he didn't see you playing a year. Then I went to Japan, and Japan is a very hard league to get in. Like, you playing against ex-NBA players and a lot of high-profile players getting to it like financially in that league. You know, and it was just blessed to have the opportunity to go there and compete. You know, so. It was a tough transition, you know, from Hampton to going to professional.
But let me say this, man. There's no wrong way to do that, bro. Like you know, you had your family on the way. I mean, yes, your ultimate goal was to get that look at the league, but I mean, family, like you said, you talked about it earlier, man. How family comes first, and then that's the way you were raised. So it's like, you can't regret that situation, man. And I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people, who knows what a lot of people, I mean, I can't speak for Larry, but I don't know what I would have done in that situation. Like, do I risk my career, you know what I'm saying, to not see the birth of my first child? Do I go? So there's no right or wrong answer on that one, bro. Like, that's tough, man. That's a tough one.
Thank God for the situation because,
yes, sir.
Normally I would have pressure, you know, like, oh, how could you miss the birth of your first child? Or how could you miss the money? Who would say no to the contract? I think everybody was understanding. My agents was understanding. My family was understanding. Everybody was like, man, what do you want to do? What is God telling you to do? And I'm like, I'm not missing it. I'm not missing it. And it's just like, you know, every time I go, you know, do the divine way, it always pays off because my daughter ended up having complications on her birth. I ended up having 3 facial surgeries, and I only had to miss one of them. I made 2 of the 3 facial surgeries, but missing that and not being there for that would have really hit me. Like, there's no amount of money you could have signed for.
Man, nothing,
and say,
bro.
Hey, so what? It'll fix it, you know. So, you know, things happen for a reason. I can't regret that at all.
Man, you being a man, and that's why I say I respect you, man, because that's a grown man decision right there.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And and like you said, I know what the decision I would have made, and being there for my first child. And me, I only have one, so
there's no price tag on that.
Anymore. Ain't no price tag
man.
on that.
Ain't no price tag on that, man. It's tough, man. It's like, you know, obviously, you know, you're thinking to yourself, man, why God put me in a situation where I got to choose between my career and my child? But you know, that's got to come first, man. But you know, and the unfortunate thing is that level they don't care about that. They're gonna go and call the next kid, you know, next prospect. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's why, you know, I'm learning that now. You know, you're doing off the court things. You know, even getting into therapy now. You know, because it really does take a toll on you now. Because man, like, it doesn't matter what happens, how it happens. Like, I'll give you an example. One of the best teams I played for, and I did a 2-year bid with them, Kuyukon. I tore my ACL, you know, and it's just a wake up call because I'm crying in the bed, leg lifted, somebody on the way to replace me right now, you know. And the team treated me the best ever. Like, they used to call me the king of Kuyukon. Like, they treated me so good, man. They took care of me financially, everything, even after I got injured. But like, you know, it was a wake up call. Like, yo, you can't even walk. You can't even walk on this leg. And there's a guy on his way right now that you got to get out of here within certain days because he's going to sleep in your bed. You know, it's like, man, you always got to do what's best for you because they're going to do what's best for them.
That's right. That's right. I saw in a post, man, in one of your Facebook posts, you talking about, so I think, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, it was like, sometimes I break down too. And I'm glad you know what I'm referring. What was you referring to about that?
Many things. I would blame the image I painted of myself, as people say all the time, like, or people aren't intelligent enough to separate the two, you know, I guess. But man, hey, he's an animal, he's a dog. He probably walking through life the same way. You know, I guess it's check on your strong friends. Hey, bro, like, sometimes I don't want to wake up and go to practice. Sometimes I don't want to send you no money. Sometimes I don't want to go through this and go through that. Sometimes I'm just exhausted. I'm not mad. I'm not bothered. I'm just exhausted. I have, you know, things wait, you know, I'm human, you know, let's not forget that, you know, and a lot of times it's ignored or overlooked because like, hey, but you should live like this. You got this kind of, you do this, you do that. You're a professional basketball player. They ain't nothing to you. Like, hey, bro, like, I'm a human being. Like, I never, one thing I never, and I always hung my hat on, I never got caught in this lifestyle. Never. Financially, with women, with the way I talk to people, the way I treat people, like, it means nothing. Like, it means nothing. Like, my grandmother would be rolling over her grave if I would have thought anything different, you know? My parents would disown me if I thought or acted any different. Like, it means nothing, you know? Like, sometimes, you know, the phone's off. Like, I'm relaxed. I'm trying to get my own self together, you know, prepared, you know? And that's big for everybody to do. But, you know, when you in a certain light, you know, and people are way bigger stars and professionals than me, you know, and they need to do it too. But, you know, people are still, you know, call you on your birthday, ask you for money, not even remembering that it's your birthday. Like, you know.
Wow. Yeah. Damn.
Hey, it's happened to all of us, bro, for sure.
Damn, that's for sure.
Look, and I like to ask, I guess, this, man. Like, you know, Larry from Highland Park, I grew up in Northeast Baltimore. You grew up in the Lower East Side, New York, then went to Petersburg. But I gotta ask you, bro, like you making it to this level, and you talked about it a little bit earlier. Just sum it up, man. Like what it means for you, somebody like you, and you said it, man, earlier. Like not many people from your area where you grew up make it, bro. Like, and for you to be talking to us and playing in France, and you said Japan, and you had a look at the league, Canada and first team all state of Virginia. Should have been player of the year, but we ain't gonna talk about all that. You know what I'm saying? But like, what does that mean to you, bro? Like for all intents and purposes, man, you made it, bro. Like you made it. Like you made it from where you from. You did your thing. You still doing your thing. You still grinding. But just what does that mean to you, man? Like if you ever go back to New York or Petersburg and just say, look, man, man, you know, I did it. I know back in the day you were in the moment, bro. Like you still in the moment. But has there ever been a time for you like to reflect? Like, man, you know, I did some things, man.
I never reflect, bro. I never reflect.
Right. Okay.
I never reflect. I can't reflect. I'm trying to keep my composure.
No, man, bro. You good, bro.
It's your time.
It's tough. It's tough, and I just know that, you know, who and what I am. You know, this is God's. I always know this is God's gift. Like, yes, I can't sit back and script me growing 6 inches that summer, or sit back and script me. And I couldn't put this motor in my heart. You know, I couldn't give myself this lifestyle to make me want to play or act or be like this. You know, but I talk about it a lot to my family and close friends. And just recently had a personal conversation. Like, I grew up with 5 close friends. You know, real close friends, and like, I can only call one right now. You know, I can only call one right now.
Right. Tell him.
My first job in Japan. My brother, he meant the world to me. You know, he gave me Islam. Like, he taught me Islam.
Okay.
And that saved and changed my life, man. The same things we would do as kids, knucklehead stuff, you know, things we shouldn't have been doing. Took his life. It took his life. And as I carried his casket that day, I got on a plane the next day to go to Japan. So I wasn't able to deal with it, you know?
Right.
And I still, to this day, haven't seen his kids because it's so hard for me, selfishly, because like, I can't look at you, hug you, and call you nephew, knowing that I'm partly, not now or not then, but as we was kids, responsible for the same things that took your father life. It's tough to deal with, you know? He's one of the 5 missing. I got a friend, you know, that I spoke highly of, always held highly close to, was my best friend in high school. You know, he ended up marrying a girl I called my sister. He strung out on heroin, you know, because he stayed out here. He ain't go nowhere. He ain't go to college. He ain't leave the city. He stayed in the area. He took the wrong route. He strung out on heroin. Other ones locked up in other situations, you know. So my brother called me. He's like, man, you'll never celebrate. You made it. Like, look at you. Like, you bought your own self, your own family, a house. We never thought we could do this. Like, I'm like, I can't celebrate, you know, like I can't. My foot is on the gas, bro. Because not only like it's so hard to look back, but I'm not even close to you know,
to where you're gonna be. Right.
Like, you know, a lot of people, you know, they look at basketball players a certain like, man, basketball is just a phase in my life. When this is over with, the real me will kick up and be exposed, you know.
That's right.
But I never ever celebrated or felt anything special about, you know, this. I'm very grateful and appreciative for everything I have. Every day I could wake up and live a certain way or be a certain way, you know. But I don't ever look at it like that, because it's like, it's tough. It's very, very tough to, you know, to just even deal with. Because it's things that I care about more than money and stuff like that can't be replaced or can't come back or be fixed.
Right. But you know, you say it, but then you got people like Frank Mason came behind you. Well, I'm sure looked up to you. You know what I'm saying? And said, "Look, man, I'm trying to be like my man." You know, he go off and do his thing, and it's you know, as long as we've been doing this, man, I've always been intrigued by athletes, especially athletes like you guys who play at the highest level, and make it, bro, and grow up humble, and just. It always amazes me how you guys just keep the gas on the pedal, man. I mean, keep the pedal, you know, keep the gas on and keep rolling and live in the moment and don't really have a chance to look back and reflect. Because me and Larry, like Larry said earlier, man, we fans, bro. Like I saw that game on TV. I'm gonna be honest with you. The first time I saw you live probably was against that Howard game you were talking about. I saw the championship game in high school on TV. But I saw you play at Hampton, bro, and I'm just like, man, this the dude from Petersburg, that man, you know what I'm saying? and we all fans, and I just love, man, what you got going on, and that's why I asked you about the reflecting thing, because I want people to understand, man, you still grinding, but look from where you came from to where you are now, bro. Like, you still should be appreciated for that, man, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your personality, man. I just love it, man. The stories, the things that you've said today in regards to how you go about everyday life and your principles and everything like that, man. That shit dope, man. I fuck with you, dog.
I appreciate
I didn't know nothing about you, but this just solidified why. And why when I reached out to you.
Yeah, and like Larry said, we met. And the love you give us on our show, bro. We see you all the time checking us out. We appreciate it, bro. Like, seriously, like, this is just, it's 100 love right here, man. We appreciate this, bro.
I love everything that's genuine, man. I love everything. Yeah. That's why I said, man, when I come here today, I'm gonna talk about things that I talked about, because, you know, the outside world, they don't give a fuck, you know. Never give them a reason to paint you or write you off, you know. So certain things you can't say, and the reality is, man, you can't help it who and what you come from, bro. Like, that's not always, like you said, like, man, I want to be from here, I want to be from there, I want to have these type of parents, this type of culture, this type of environment. Like, you know, you're only responsible for how you turn out, and some people just don't get the opportunity to even turn out where we come from, you know. So that's what I'm saying. And that's why I want you, that's why I asked that question. You know, I mean, you made it from, and like you said, from where you come from. And like I said, Larry got people, I got people, man. We grow up, we all think that, you know, life is great, but they don't make it, dog. You know what I'm saying? They don't make it, you know what I'm saying? But look, I got a couple fun questions for you though, real quick, before Larry go. I got all right. So I know you said the best high school player you played against was CJ, but best player you played with or against at the high school level was CJ, right? So give me the best college player you played with or against. Joe Harris.
At Virginia? It was not, Joe Harris. Wow. Joe Harris was a problem in Virginia, man, for sure. He playing for Brooklyn now, right? He in the league?
Yeah. He wasn't the wild guy. He wasn't the he wasn't. He just was the he don't do nothing wrong. Why is he so perfect? He fills the lane correctly. He's in his spot all the time. He does everything. He's a sniper. Like, okay. Like, you know, even now, I be telling people now, hey, the X factor is Joe Harris, because while you triple teaming, double teaming Harden, Durant, and Kyrie, Joe Harris is the problem. Like, he gonna get that number 15 points, them 20 points. That's gonna be the biggest difference in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he paid his dues too.
He did. I was getting ready to say that he paid his dues, man. He doing his thing at Brooklyn. He's reaping the benefits now, playing with Durant and Kyrie.
He did. He deserved
best city or country you've been to, bro?
Mexico. Hey, Mexico. Let me tell you. And we was winning too. We was winning. We was on top of the world, man. We went from we was class A professionals. I'm gonna say that first. Like, we got it in the gym. Like, we didn't waste no time. We stretched before we got there. We iced. You know what I'm saying? We got our treatments. When we got in the gym, we got straight to work to the point that we left on time. We want no extras because we're going back tomorrow. We was winning. We had a lot of G League guys coming in and out. But the nightlife, we win, continue winning. We not in the club with teammates. This the owner in here. With us, you know? We paying for what? You good? You straight? Hey, keep on winning. Do what you're supposed to do. And after this, we going to the strip club too. Like, yes, it was the
Mexico, bro. Mexico.
And the quality of people that they were. Like, I'll say this: I tore my ACL, and I did not have a guaranteed contract. Based on our relationship and how they operate as human beings, they paid my contract out and sent me home. They paid my whole contract out and sent me home, and I was just like, you ain't have to do that. And the next year they said, hey, come to play for us. I didn't even negotiate my contract. I was worth way more at the time. I had a great season following what I go to after that. I can't think right now, but I was worth way more. And I didn't even want to play in that league no more because the ceiling for the money wasn't that high.
Wasn't that high, right.
I tell y'all, man, because there's so much stuff I've seen and heard in this overseas lifestyle. Y'all ain't have to do what y'all did. I'm coming back for the same exact price. It's cool. And I still talk to people to this day. But man, in life,
That's crazy, man.
Everything they say about Mexico, you know, the negative stuff, it's false, man. They are beautiful people. I even met the cartel like face to face.
Sure.
Wow. See?
Respectfully so. I had a Yankees jersey on. Man, I love the Yankees. I'm like,
he's like, hold on.
Wow.
Man, that's dope.
I love the Yankees that much, you know what I'm saying? What he said, because they trained us, you know what I'm saying? Be respectful. That's first and foremost. Be respectful.
Right.
These people country. You don't need people rules. And to us, the way we live, what we say, they don't have rules. Yes, they have rules. Be respectful. But
that's right.
Man, just be respectful. You know, be mindful. Like, we love y'all. Don't get it wrong. We love y'all. You know, and he's like, you know, they lived to be touching my face as he talked to me. Like, I said, man, hey, man, I feel so good. Like, it's the best friend ever. Like, to actually talk to you and be here with y'all. It's nothing like what they portray things to be out there. Like, it's cool. It is. Don't get me wrong. They got their things and dangerous, but it's with the government. And he said, man, our issues and stuff is with the government and the way that they move. But we love y'all.
That's right.
So I was like, man, damn, like, I'm really seeing the world. Like, I gotta tell people about this story. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy.
We appreciate that right here on Ballin VA,
goddamn it. Man.
That's right.
I got one last one for you. I know you talked about your man in high school. Give me one the most underrated player you played with, who you thought was nice, just didn't get any help. And he shine. I know the kid in high school, man, but anybody else to come to mind that you was like, yo, he nice, but he just not getting any shine.
Frank Sessions. I don't like him as a person. He's a terrible teammate and a terrible person, you know, for what I saw, you know what I'm saying, things I experienced. But he by far was the most talented player I have ever laid eyes on.
Word?
Wow.
Laid eyes on. I mean, 100% natural, like 100% natural. This man is a triple double, like effortlessly. Like, it's not him trying hard, him being selfish, him this and that. Like, my off the court issues with him is off the court, you know, but on the court, man, he effortlessly a walking triple double. He can rebound like a big. He can dribble like a point guard, which is the 1-2 guard. He can dunk the ball. He can literally do everything. Like, he's one of the guys that there ain't too many guys I played with like this, but he gets the ball and I'm not Du'Vaughn no more. I go relax. I chill.
Okay. Damn, that said a lot.
That said a lot, dog.
Myself, you know. And one of the things, you know, the first time we fell out is, you know, just people. We was on a fast break. I think he stole the ball, but I was on the wing, so I was out ahead of him, you know, and he drove the ball past me. And we don't even know each other yet because he came like late. He came late before I went through training camp. He didn't even go to training camp. They just signed him late. He's a big time. He said he drove the ball past me, literally went to go dunk it. And I'm looking, it's like, oh, he knew, he don't know. We gonna talk in the locker room. But his answer was, nah, I earned that shit. And like, we both right. Like, you play hard, like, you the best talented player I've ever seen. You did earn that shit, but that's not how things work here, you know.
I don't work like that.
But like, on a daily basis, to see him, he's the wild guy. But it's so natural to him. Like, you're gonna lead the game with a triple double or close to, not a triple double, but close to triple double every night. He does literally everything. And it's like one of the things, like, you want to do the research, like, why is he not in the league? Like, I can name guys right now that be better than him, you know? And at the time when I met him, he was in his late 20s. Late 20s playing like that, taking good care of his body. Like, you know, Frank Sessions was very, very special. And Dame Lillard, and everybody talk about him in the same manner.
They talk about
Yep, they do.
All right, I got one. I lied. I got one last one, Larry. Hold on, I got one last.
No, you good, bro. You good.
I'm gonna take a page from all that smoke. Big up to Matt Barnes and Stat. So look, man, we're gonna go back to Petersburg with this. Best starting give me all time. This is talking about all time back from Moses and all that. Top 5 Petersburg players of all time. You taking 4 with you. You taking 4 with you on the court. Best Petersburg players of all time. Who you got?
Good question.
Who you got, bro? Who you got?
Good question.
You know what I'm saying? You got Frank, you got Moses, you got Marco Harrison, you got Kenny Harris, and you got your boys you play with.
I'm taking my 2010 team.
There you go. Keep it real with you.
Keep it real.
It ain't even about talent. It's just
nah, keep it real.
Hey, like, I would take them dogs in a back alley fight.
Man, that's what they're the main ones. They're the main ones.
Because you know what? We all gonna walk out of there alive together, bruised up together, however together. We gonna leave out there holding hands. Like whatever we facing together. Like it wasn't like it was a family thing. Like literally, like and we would we had a lot of physical altercations and stuff like that, situations like that. But we was dogs, but it was respectfully so. Like it wasn't like because I don't like you. It's like I know you ain't a punk. I ain't a punk neither. And we gonna go out to eat after. We gonna do whatever after. But right now, like it is what it is. And I haven't seen too many teams like that. And for me to be there, it wasn't word of mouth or what I heard or what I saw.
You saw
like,
it.
Hey man, I know Duke Green is just as crazy and is just as much of a savage as I am. Same for Frank. And Dan show my little brother because he been growing up watching all this. He can't wait for his opportunity in moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
for sure.
I'm taking my 2010 team for sure.
Man, that's a good answer, bro. There's no wrong answer to that. There's no wrong answer to that. What's up, Malik?
What it do?
What's
good, you, bro?
Good.
Dude, this my son Malik, man.
You got a question? You got a question for him?
Big fan. So
Appreciate it, bro.
You said the 2010 team. So between your junior year and your senior year, which team would you say you had more fun playing with?
That's a good question, Malik. That's a good question.
Oh man, I would say I had fun with 2010. I don't know what I could say. I had fun with 2010 because it was a control thing. Like I was the big dog. Like
right,
I could send my little brother at you. Or we had a situation Thomas Dale game where they was on Facebook going crazy. And I was like, you know what? It's cool. Watch this. I think the first play of the game, my brother, it was a loose ball. My little brother dove on it like it was $1 million, yo. And it was like, that set the tone. Like that's what we doing in Petersburg this season. Like that's what we doing. Like that's what's going on. But that 2019,
you said it was a beast, bro.
Watch the Highland Springs to the point that they couldn't keep the crowd off the floor. We got a technical foul as a team because we couldn't keep the crowd off the floor. Like,
yeah, I remember
we was at that game. Yeah.
Oh my God, yo.
I try to convert this to my professional teams because we got more talent on a professional level. Let the ball fly. If you believe in your teammates and what you got built on the team, let the ball fly. But literally, the ball wasn't on the floor much. We did not dribble the basketball. For what? Everything was a catch, lob, catch, shoot, like this and just flying. But if you was on the bench in the crowd, like even on the floor sometimes, Coach Ross always had to tap us back in because like, man, like you just seen what Chris just did. Like he did on the fast break off of 2 steps. Like, and you think we not going like, this is crazy. We up by 30. And he just did that, like, you know, like, and it was a lot of fun like that. So I think I'll go with either one when it comes to fun. Like both teams was fun as hell, man.
Okay. I figured that would be a little bit of a tough question, but fast forward to the state championship game. What happened with the nosebleed?
See,
yeah, we covered.
Malik,
yeah, see, I told you. And look,
Malik know everything, dog.
I told you. Look, he told the story. I guess he wanted to hear.
He told it. That's all right.
Oh yeah, but I missed the story.
No, you good.
No,
I mean,
good,
I told him you had some questions.
Good.
I didn't know what it was going to be, but I remember I said, man, you got some questions.
It was I got hit like it, you know, like I don't remember exactly if I scored. I tried to watch the tape and it wasn't exactly clear. I wasn't remember if I scored, but you know, like somebody scored, you rebound the ball and take it out of bounds.
Right.
It was in that transition, and I turned around and I got hit with an elbow to my nose, and it was leaking. And I just remember like trying to be like, not even mad at the dude because I know we knew what type of environment he was coming to anyway. But it's like, no tech, no nothing, no stop the game, nothing. But as you go to the sideline, like our trainer, which is a new trainer for us, his first year we had him, he just panicked, like he lost it, like he didn't know what to do, how to do it. And it took one of the wrestling coach, Coach Miles, to come out the stands and tell him to do like, you're not gonna. He was trying to stop the blood, like, hold your head back. That's why I was leaning back like that. He said, hold your head back, it's gonna stop.
Mm-hmm.
I hold my head back, lean back up. It's like I got hit again. So I was like, he said, man, just put some up there and let him play. Like that's the only chance we got because time is burning. And as time is going on, they tell me calm down. If you calm down. Man, it's the biggest game of my life. How the hell am I calm down, man?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So like I'm trying to do everything they're doing. I don't know what the score was by the time I came to. Like by the time I came back to, because even man, we walked out the tunnel like that feeling was unreal, man. So I'm trying to come back down. I can't. So it's like damn, I didn't even know how the hell did this happen? You know, I'm not pointing the finger, but it's like this reality was going on. Like we lost the league, but like what's going on? You know, so.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
No, that was good. I appreciate you answering those questions too.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. Malik, huge fan, bro. He was a little kid watching you ball at the Segal Center, bro.
Appreciate it, man. I know how that feel, man. Because I remember looking up and watching certain players like Coop now, you know, and I always, you know, Jamal Coop, I always talk to him. I said, man, hey man, don't forget who you are, though, man. Like if it's people like you that the reason why I even act and hoop the way I do, like I remember coming to see you and be like, man, ain't no way I'll ever be able to play like that, or even be on this level, or even be talked about the way you are. Like it's crazy, like to see things like that growing up. You know, people that you look up to, or even say, dang, he's a hell of a player, man.
Mm-hmm. You remember that old man that used to sit behind us? Used to always talk about that dude. Used to sit up there with like 1511. You remember that crazy dude from Petersburg? Every year he said, "We gonna win it this year." And when I think it was Frank and Marcus Hoosier, he said, "Yeah, we gonna win it." We was like, "How you gonna win it?" 1511 Hoosier and Frank Mason. That's all we need. We gonna win this, yo. And I was like, man, every year. We get there, man. We was like, how we gonna get this one? We gonna get this
Max,
one.
do you know Frank? You know Frank and those guys from Petersburg?
Who?
Frank. Do you know Frank?
Malik?
No, Du'Vaughn.
Du'Vaughn played with him.
Frank?
I mean, you still keep in touch with him is what I mean.
Oh yeah. I still keep in touch with him, yeah, for sure.
What was it like playing with that guy, man?
See, this is what people you know, people are always like pro Frank. I don't want to say the wrong things, and this guy was always amazing. Frank wasn't Frank when I played with him. You saw that
he was young. He was young.
You saw that he was special. But we wasn't saying NBA my senior year, you know.
Right.
Saying like, oh yeah, he guaranteed D1. He's special, you know. No. When I was in college, I was like, who the fuck is that? Like, yo, like
exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like, he sneaky, yo. He was watching everything, seen everything, and did it better. Yep. Like that's not like it was crazy. Like to go away in college and come back and see, like, yo, ain't little Frank. Like I remember little Frank, like fighting for his way. You know what I'm saying? Fighting for his way on the team. Respectfully so, he was talented as hell. He deserved to be there. But like that's a grown man in high school.
Yeah,
like,
he
that's
was
a grown man, yo. Like the way he act, the way he carry himself, the way he play now, it's like very thought provoking. That's a grown man right there, you know. And that's the point where he's like, yo, he gonna make it. He gonna make it. And I just, you know, his whole journey up to the NBA. I just remember how like he just was always the talk of the town. Like the conversations in the group chat was like, yo, you watching Frank game tonight? You know, I still remember being in Canada when he hit that shot on Duke. You know, and then you know, you just don't understand who and what Frank is. And I'm like, man, throwing everything like, yeah. Or even the game with Miles Bridges got in his face, it's like, nah, yo. You know, it was like a huge Frank fan, man.
See
him transition, but. Forget basketball, man. That has nothing to do with basketball with Frank. When I came back to work out one time, to hear this man conversation, to see him evolve as a man, like, Frank, you really on this now? I didn't say that, but in my head, I'm like, yo, I'm so proud of you, bro. Like,
that's cool.
I'm so proud of you, bro. Like, you got it all the way together. I'm just proud of you, bro. Like you got it all the way together. Like he's a great man, yo. He's a great man. Like he made the most of his situation. He really did.
But like I said earlier, bro, like he had to learn from somebody, and he learned from you in that senior class because he was young at the time. And like you said, when you saw him in college, he was looking at like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take some stuff from them and pattern it to my game or whatever, and evolve to the next level. Because he did his thing in Kansas, bro. He was Big 12 Player of the Year. He was doing his thing.
He was a National Player of the Year.
National Player of the Year,
No. On every level. He was the unanimous National Player of the Year. He won every single one. And I don't know the last time that was done or if it's been done before. But one of the things that made me happy about Frank is the fact that he always remembered the biggest thing about us, like what he hang his hat on, defense. I was going, man, when I not bumped into him, we worked out, went to the gym and worked out. he was talking and saying stuff. He was telling me about the whole footing thing, and one thing they hate about in the NBA and workouts and stuff like that, how you come off the screen and you do the 1-2 step versus the hop, and you tell me, fix that and something like that. You know what I'm saying? You got the, you know what I'm saying, you little bro, but I ain't been into the A. I'm okay, tell me what else. But one thing he asked me to help me remember, you know what I'm saying, that he ain't forget who the fuck he is and where he came from. He was like, hey, you think it's somebody in this world you can't guard? I was like, hell no. He said, shit, I feel the same way. I was like, you know what I'm saying? But in my head, I'm like, yo, this is years and years later. I said, man, I love this kid, man. Like he, you know what I'm saying? Not only does he get it, he got it. You know what I'm saying? It's, and I'm sure everybody that been a part of his life feel the same way.
Do you remember that night that dude turned around, asked Frank how many points he was going to score that night? Was you with me that night? It was Frank saying.
He said 30. And the way he said it, like, I believed it.
He said I averaged 30, so you know what I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
He said it so nonchalant, like.
The dude said, hey, yo, Frank, how many points you going to score tonight?
30. He didn't pause when he was walking.
Yeah, he looked like, I'm 30, and it was just like nothing. We did the single set. I was like, this nigga is crazy. And he went on that show, they dropped 32.
So look, Du'Vaughn, man, you in France now, bro. What's that like, bro?
Yeah, I appreciate it, Mo.
No problem.
Okay.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, I
appreciate it, man.
For having me.
Okay.
Oh man, anytime you all love, bro.
Last year I was the MVP. I led my team to the championship. They cheated us for the championship. We was 26-3. We literally had to lose 8 games, and they had to win 8 games in a row for us not to be the champions. They canceled the season because of COVID, and they took our championship away. But this season, they're doing the opposite. They're giving the championship to the team that has the highest record now. We suffered this season with a lot of We suffered this season with a lot of injuries and man, the craziest thing I've ever seen. This is a contract year for me. This is only my 6th year playing. I haven't seen a lot. I'm playing a lot of teams where every year is a contract year, so guys come in with the contract year mindset. But a lot of these guys it's a contract year for them, first time because they signed 2-year, 3-year deals and stuff like that. So the atmosphere changed. It wasn't like the year before where everybody was happy because they know, hey, I don't care what happened this season. I know I'm coming back here next year because in France, the money guaranteed. No matter how the wind blow, you're getting paid. And what you signed on the deadline, you're getting paid. So the atmosphere and culture was different. We faced injuries too. It was a lot. COVID. Had a newborn on the way. Man, it just was the toughest season that I've seen. But either way, I still produced and became better than last season. Last season, I was the MVP. I won every award possible that you could win, as far as Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, best forward in the league, best import. I won all that, but my numbers was better this season. But things didn't pan out. It was a different team, a different environment, man. The ball didn't move. The ball didn't move like it did the year before. Players wasn't happy, And I missed the first month of the season because of my passport issues, because COVID. If I sent my passport in, it wasn't the normal time. It's 2 times that, So I missed the whole month.
Damn.
I missed the whole month of my contract. So by the time I got there, I remember the first game and halftime, I ain't going to the locker room. And I said, Coach said, "Hey, Max, come on, man. It's just the first game." I said, "Hell no. Who the fuck is this team? I don't know what's going on." Like last year, I don't know who's in that locker room. We got the same guys -2, and I wish we would have kept those guys. I was like, I don't know who this team is. I don't know what's going on. But then after, because I'm fresh there, like I'm really like off the plane 2 days ago, and we got a game. But after that, I realized, like, oh, nobody told me. We didn't talk about this last year. I didn't know this year last year. I didn't know this and that. I was, dealing with my family issues with COVID. I didn't know, like, this is not the same team. I don't regret coming back because, like, I loved it there. I love Charlotte and I love France. But it's like, damn, like, this is a different environment, bro. This is not championship atmosphere no more. But I'm here, so make the most of it.
Man, listen, man, we ain't gonna hold you, bro. I mean, we could talk to you all night, bro. This is all love right here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, man, that is crazy, man. That overseas life, man. Oh.
Yeah. Hey, you got to be special to make it, man, out there. You got to be special. I mean, even look at Mike James' situation recently. I'm not sure how on it.
Right, yeah, he just signed a second 10-day contract.
But he also...
Mike James went again?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he signed the Brooklyn Nets, and he's playing great. He's playing great, but he just getting cut from overseas. He's the best player in Europe right now, arguably. But he's the best player in Europe right now, you know. But it's a grind. It's a grind. It ain't sweet. It's not sweet at all. It's not sweet at all.
I remember that's what you were telling me. A lot of people have this misconception that, man, I can just go overseas and just do what you want. I'm like, man, hell no. Like, you can't just go over there and just, oh, well, it ain't the NBA. So? But you know, it's a lot of these people don't know, man.
What they say, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Like, hey, you better get down to that fast, man. You better get down to that fast, and that goes a long way. That goes a very long way. It ain't just about putting the ball in the hole, man. Especially like, you know, when these people, you know, they about to invest a lot of money on you. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just about that, man. You gotta have a complete package, man. How do you talk to people? What do you do when you're not in the gym? Like, everything matters, man. Everything matters, man.
I was gonna before I get you up out of here, man. I got two guys I want to bring up to you. I'm gonna tell you the last one, the story I told you I was gonna share with you. You still talk to Tutu, man? Justin Lewis? So y'all played together, man. How you did y'all play together overseas, or y'all just kind of met over here, you know, playing with in Ben League?
Yeah, we met each other playing in Ben's League. He's a solid guy, you know. It was like instant, like, yo, big bro, what's up, little bro? You know what I'm saying? I respect what you did. I respect what you doing. Like, you did what? You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, you know, hey, yo, where your daughter at? My daughter here. Yo, when we go work out, bring your daughter to the gym. Like, you know what I'm saying? That type of dude. We come from different eras, you know what I'm saying? But it's solid guy. Shout
out to Tutu, man. And the last one, I talked to this guy last night. He told me to tell you something. Sean Armstrong from Monacan. He told me to tell you. He said, ask Doobie, do he remember at AAU practice where he dunked on you?
Oh no, he brought that up.
Sean Armstrong dunked on me?
He said that it was at AAU practice. Something about that he put his knee up and he said
everybody got that kind of story.
Whoa. Put his knee up.
Hey, look. Hey, Doobie, he was good till he said he put the knee up, right?
But see, one thing about it though, I can't lie. Like, that's the reason why I'm gonna sign these checks, because they know, like, I'm gonna go for it regardless. I don't care about people. I done got so many dunks and dunked on so many people. Like, you can't make me feel some way about it. So I wouldn't lie about that. But I really don't remember. I really don't remember, because I just had this conversation at dinner. They said, how many times you got dunked on? Like, a dunk on. I'm not saying like you try to block and you swung and you missed. Like, for somebody like put your knee on him, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Now I might look. I know what he was talking. I said, man, I wish I could get you on here. We could talk, because I talked to him last night, and I got him come on next week, because that year, if they would have beat John Marshall, they would have played y'all. And we already know what that would have been like. That would have been an ass kick. That wouldn't have been a problem. That wasn't gonna go over too well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I was talking to him, but I said, man, how the hell y'all lose to John Marshall? He said, man, them boys weren't ready, man. He said, you can see we get off the bus going into that environment that John Marshall weren't ready. They weren't ready for that. They weren't ready. I said, because you had Petersburg waiting on y'all. Y'all damn sure won't be there.
I can't forget this. I with Sean John, I called Cap, man, because I was at dinner the other day. It was just like, you know, I'm talking about my career. So they said, how many times you been dunked on? I said, man, I can remember those times I got dunked on, man, and it won't pretty, because the same way I bring that same effort to block it, it's embarrassing if the dunk go through, you know? So I don't remember that. But we said John Marshall. Shout out to Tahir Little. A lot of people don't know this.
He was nice.
Tahir Little came out to Western Nebraska with me, you know?
Okay.
Made that move. We hopped on the phone, like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, we from this side of town. You know, Richmond and Petersburg ain't like me, best friends. You know what I'm saying? It's no issue, but we not best friends. We don't really hang and talk like that. I said, hey, we straight up, we was roommates and everything out there, you know what I'm saying? But we hit a big stage in life growth, you know what I'm saying, out there in Nebraska together. And that was big. That was big.
Yeah, Tahir was nice. He was the point guard of that engine with Willie Mangum and Travis, man.
Man, the way he the opposite of me, the way he play on the court is how he live his life. He's just general. He's just a general, nice, like man. The head, like he's the head of the household at all times, man.
That's cool. Look, man,
hold on. My son said he got one more question.
We got one more question. Come on, bring him in, because we ain't trying to hold Duvie up all night. We have Midnight Madness pretty soon. Come on, bro.
Good. So this one is for overall. So once you graduated in 2010, right?
Yeah.
So it's been what, 10, 11 years. What's your take on the increase, not the increase, but the difference in how the game has changed in high school basketball since you graduated?
Good question.
It's terrible, bro.
Yep.
The quality, man. Hey, man. I thank God I got two daughters, man. And I'm not sure if they want to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
My first daughter don't like it, man. But I got a nephew, and I'm scared. It's terrible. Like, I log on to Instagram, YouTube, and seeing the things these trainers is teaching these kids.
Oh my God!
You don't even know what the micing drill is. Why are you doing a jelly? You can't even do the micing. Why are you trying to do the jelly? You know,
everybody trying to get paying for mixtapes that they're not even really like that, but they paying for a mixtape.
I just seen the other day. A kid fired a trainer because he didn't post him on Instagram enough.
What?
Like, bro, I'm your client. I'm paying you this amount of dollars. Why you don't post me on Instagram? I'm not getting no pub, man. Look, I played. We had the privilege of having McNeil, Coach McNeil, and he played for Oak Hill. Played professionally too. He played for Oak Hill and played for Pittsburgh. Played professionally, training us at Petersburg. That was our secret weapon. Why we were so good in the post. He taught us moves, stuff like that. Man, I just remember like having the respect and stuff that he taught us, and just realized it was about the grind. It was about the grind. Man, fuck Instagram, fuck Facebook, fuck all. I don't care what they think of their opinions. Like, this is the real world when you step between these lines. But it's not like that no more, man. And I don't have the answer how it got there, but it's terrible, man. Like, to be honest with you, these kids not even good. They not even good, bro. But when everybody following suit, a lot don't stand out no more because they all want to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking the new generation like that. I'm not knocking it. This is the truth. Like, it's crazy to me that you up in there working on a jelly and you got 2 years left of high school, and I actually do the micing drill, and you like, I never done that.
You can't even do it.
Why the hell is you working on? Why the hell is you working on
we
that?
Was doing that shit in middle school.
Yep.
Exactly. You can't skip your breakfast. You cannot skip your breakfast. But that's the new culture that's going on now, man.
Right.
That's why when I'm done, I can't do it now because I'll be part-time, and I don't like being part-time in nothing I do. Like, when I'm done, like, I'm putting my hands on these kids, man, because these trainers.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. You plan on coaching after your balling career over?
I wouldn't say coaching, man, but I want to be in there. I love basketball, so I want to be in the field. But I wouldn't say coaching, because coaching is a hell of a grind too, man. It's the same.
You ain't lying, man. That shit is a fucking headache.
As a player, and you don't make as much money. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're one of the big time coaches. But man, I'm putting my hands back on these kids, man. But one of the things I always said, man, be careful. Mr. The parents, man, be careful who you let train and teach your kids.
Thank you.
Like, one of the things I hate, man, I make pros, I create pros, that pros.
Oh my God. Pros. I ain't even go there.
You don't even know what a professional is, bro. And I don't want to knock you for making your money and nothing like that. But come on, man, you hurting the community, bro. Because now you selling everybody dreams. You understand what it means to even be a pro? When you talking about you gonna make a pro, that's right. It's crazy.
That's exactly how I feel, and that's how, like, I would say even in the past, 3 years since I graduated, it's like I go out to like the playground sometimes to the park. It's like the younger dudes, like their game style changing. They like doing too much. It's like it's nothing simple anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what I like between like your era. Like, y'all dominated with simplicity. Like, y'all offense won't nothing like crazy. Nobody like dominated the ball. It was simplicity. We're gonna run, we're gonna stop you, and we're gonna come down and score. And this straight up defense the whole time. Now everybody like don't nobody play defense. Don't nobody catch nothing off the. Ain't no chase downs no more. So it's like.
With that being said, I'm glad you said that, because that's one of the things I always tell the kids and stuff. Like, I tell myself that you gotta find a niche. Like, in this game, it's about hits and misses, you know. But you gotta find something that's undeniable, that's gonna keep you on the floor a long time. Me, I'm gonna play defense. I tell everybody, even now it's professional level, hey yo, win your matchup, bro. That's how we gonna win this game. Win your matchup. Like
that's dope.
And that's gonna keep you on the floor. Win your matchup. Go lock somebody down. Okay, my 3 ain't falling today. I ain't been scoring today. Hey, I got 2 points. Guess what? My matchup got 0. Now let's move on down the line. And just that mentality alone, like that'll get you over that hump where, hey man, they both shoot 35%. They both are great athletes. Hey man, but he gonna really shut something down. Ain't too many guys is gonna do that at this level. Like for real, defensive is a lost art. At my position overseas, man, nobody plays defense. Like literally, if I wanted to say, hey man, you're so good at this league, and hey man, don't nobody play defense, bro. It's just an all-star game. It's really an all-star game. So when you play defense, like you just look like the best thing smoking, and it's really like it's effort, bro. Just go out there and move your leg a little bit more, reach out, like. But I guess that's the new basketball, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like for even when I graduated, like me and my boy Mondo, when we used to play, we'd be like, we trying to be like when y'all played, like with like Henrico after y'all played Highland Springs, like the 2 years before y'all came up, and y'all was like, we trying to be like that. We not trying to be like everybody's just doing too much. Like, we just trying to emulate really what y'all did for real. And now it's like the kids nowadays, and I feel like it maybe got something to do with the alignment. I don't know, but I feel like the kids nowadays don't have that historical knowing of the high school kids back then before then, or watching them coming up. So it's like they don't got nothing to emulate but what they send on Instagram. And like you said, it's some BS.
It is.
But even the history is lost too, man. The history is lost. Like I don't know who raised them, but when we was raised, like before we respected and knew who Walt Chamberlain was, we got beat down with Walt Chamberlain. Oh, let me tell you about Walt. Let me tell you about this. You know what I'm saying? You got school. Now, man, you go in the gym now, these young guys, they leave out the gym like, wow, you're good. But they walk, when you first walk in the gym, I ain't worried. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's this history. It's like, okay, you walk out of there, it's like, yeah, like, you don't even know. Do you even love basketball? You respect the game? Like, how long you been playing it? Like, listen to them YouTube trainers. Like, I'm the real deal. Like, even growing up, man, I know who Avis Wyatt was. I know who Reggie Williams was. I know who Tyrese Rice was. I know who Tyreek Evan was. I knew all of them. Like, because I paid, you know what I'm saying? You got to pay your dues. You know what I'm saying? And somebody's swinging and missing because you ain't pay your dues. This is how things work, man. That's how things work.
Man, shout out to all those guys, man. Especially big Avis. Avis getting lost in the shuffle too, man.
You name some ballers there, though.
When I tell you how special Avis is, man, like throughout my whole career, like he always checked on me, gave me advice. Oh, you playing in Israel? I played in Israel. Let me tell you this. And I always listen because he's a special dude, man. He's a special dude. And before I even start tapping in with him, talking to him, everybody should tell me like, man, talk to Avis.
Avis was coming back. Avis was getting it, man.
Man, he's more special when you meet him than what they say about him.
Yeah, he was playing in them pro-am leagues up at John Marshall back in the day, man. You know, he was kind of, like I said, one of the ones that was just coming through there. He just, like I said, he because the teams that he played on weren't that good, but he was the man, man. So it's good that you shot him, especially Reggie. We say more about Reggie. Reggie. Hey, we ain't even got to go there. We can be all. That's another whole other session.
I used to play at that's how I learned about work ethic. I learned work ethic from Reggie. He came to pick me up. And I just remember the first day I remember, I was like, man, this Jaguar is so fucking nice. Like, yo, I remember that's the first thing I said, damn, bro, this car nice. Sitting there, that's the first time I sat in that Ford car. Like, I remember he ain't have nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can cars, you got the AC button, this and that. This is like 2011. This man have nothing in his car. Like, there's no buttons, nothing. You see the steering wheel? It's like 2011. Like, yo, this is fiction. And I'm like, yo, wow. Tell me how to pull this. You got enough room? I'm like, enough room? Like, yo, I could live in here. You know what I'm saying? I would, like, you know, but the crazy thing is, though, he was like, you know, just Reggie, humble guy. You know, yeah, you stupid. You know what I'm saying? Laughing at all. I was like, where you coming from? Working out. And I'm like, all right, what you working out? And I was like, damn, you work out? I'm like, yo, he's in the NBA. Like, that's what it takes.
He's scoring.
That's what it takes. Like, that's
VMI getting his thing. this thing in VMI.
Oh yeah.
Going to college. I'm like, man, that show put some respect on these people's name, man.
Yeah.
This is why we do this show, Du'Vaughn, because we want to give you guys, man, like Wooby always said, man, we want to give you guys your flowers, man. This is the reason why we do this. And we just appreciate you coming on and sharing everything, man. And like I said, I'm glad my son was here today, man, because
he was a fan back in the day.
I was hyped, man. I was hyped. I said, man, I got Du'Vaughn, man. I got Du'Vaughn, yo.
He was, bro. He told me, I said, let's get it on. Yo, I mean, like I said, man, you first team all state at Petersburg. You did your thing at High Point, man. We already talked about the Hampton days. You overseas, bro. You still grinding, man. Like, we just appreciate your perspective, bro, like on the bigger picture. You know what I mean?
You definitely gave us that.
Yes, sir. And another thing, we appreciate you supporting us, bro. Like I see you on our, you checking us out. Time, man, looking out, man.
And when it's from round the way and it's genuine, man, I always show love because what you learn, a lot of it isn't, Unfortunately, not to be a party pooper, a lot of it isn't, man. A lot of it is for something, and it's cool. Like we could do business, but let's keep it business. Don't try to, you know how things are, man.
Yeah, so exactly.
It's all love. It's all love.
Yeah, we always say, man, we ain't trying to, be nothing famous, nothing, man. We just two guys in a truck, man. The moving company, man. That's how we do, man.
No, for real. The way you said
that's how we do, man. Yeah, we just two guys, man. There's love we do, man. There's two guys in the truck, which is our computer. And like I said, man, I'm just happy. I wanted to just talk to you about this stuff for years, man. And having my son come up and watching, man, and for years, man, we spending money. Come on, Malik, let's go. Yeah, and I'm glad that he's old enough to sit here. And like I said, people like, man, y'all talking to him like he's some NBA guy. Well, to us, man, Du'Vaughn meant a lot to us. And Malik, he was
a beast, man.
Why we had that conversation?
I had my son to tell you.
I watched that game on TV, bro. I was like, yo, what's going on? I mean, I watched it, bro. Come on.
While people had that conversation about those NBA guys, which I pay much respect to, they deserve to be in that spot, man. And then the day, basketball is basketball. We all humans, like. But we can still watch those Ben Wallace pro-am games and some of these games.
Damn sure do.
You can't give me that NBA talk because I can say ain't too. You're not gonna outwork me. Just put it that way. And the proof is in the pudding, man. A lot of NBA guys is in my highlights, man. A lot of them.
But they are. What you was saying, Malik, before?
No, I said high school was like NBA for me when we was coming off.
Games like hostile, like NBA to you, right, Malik?
Yeah, we used to go down to Petersburg. We went everywhere. Fort Eustis tournament. We used to go down there and watch you, man.
Hey, look, you heard what he said. They got it technical because there's too many fans on the court, bro. Like just hanging around, bro. That's crazy.
I remember that game. Yeah, I was like, what was it? Was it her and Lee or the other boy?
I think that was the year after that.
Yeah. It was that boy from Louise. I think they had that big boy. I think.
They said they got that transfer
from Deep Creek. Yeah.
That's more. That's
yeah.
Deep Creek.
Yeah.
He did that dumbass.
All right. Yeah.
Deep Creek must be real.
For real. Yeah.
For him to leave Deep Creek go to Petersburg. Hey man, look, Du'Vaughn, man, we appreciate you, bro. Man, listen, man, we're gonna keep in touch with you. We're gonna post this on all our networks, bro. We're on YouTube, Twitter, all that, bro, man. Facebook. Sure. Listen, bro. Like I said, man, he grew up. I mean, he was born in New York, went to Petersburg, first team all state. He overseas, man. This dude just dropped the knowledge on Ballin VA, man. We appreciate your time, my man. Appreciate you, bro.
The baby Kenyon Martin, baby. The baby Kenyon Martin.
I appreciate y'all big time, man. Thank you for giving me this platform, man.